So in what you're saying, the question now becomes, if I bought that shop as a black person because I've identified there's loads of black people around there and they're going to spend their money and I'm going to make that money for them. Boom. That money is staying within the black community. Yeah. So why, I don't understand why you're saying it doesn't.
No. I'm saying that you have to make sure that when you see a black business in a black community, that it's just not a black face that's still going to put the money eventually out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, the inevitable thing here is money will leave your community. That's the inevitable thing. What we are trying to do is we are trying to create as many, I want to say obstacles, but it's not the right word. But
loops and cycles within the community.
Within the community before that money leaves.
Every week we seem to have another black woman that runs her own business. You are one. And I think that we're bringing you here to, we're not just promoting your thing, but we are happy to have black women that are running their own business, and we have you here. You can big up your thing at the end, and people will hire you because, like, yes, here's another black person that we want to support. If they start, I just don't see why I need to start then watching what you're doing, just trying to buy a house in a nice area or something like that. Then let me just give you the money.
Yeah, fine. That's fine.
So somebody that's,
but I guess it's just being aware.
Instead of packs, it's AFs.
I'm not saying
like, what are you doing? Yeah, you're the black-owned hair shop, but now I need to know what you're doing with that money. No, I don't need to know what you're doing with that money. You're the black-owned one, yeah? So I'm going to give you the money. Yeah. And for me, that's the end of it.
But it's about being aware. It's not about saying, don't do it. I'm saying just be aware of what you're doing.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to another episode of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. This is episode 122 of season 2. I am Stavros Boss.
Get down.
And in the room with me this very night, I have Simple Simon.
What are they doing? Those people over there, what are they trying? Those that are transgressing against us. Parts of their marrow will fly through the sky when we enact our vengeance. That was a short excerpt from a poem by the Right Honourable Movado. In its original rendition, it's called Gangster for Life, I think. Maybe I got the title wrong. I'll have to get with you later.
Anyway, yeah. Where them a do, where them a try, my road will fly high into the sky. Got me no borrow, me money buy, a boy will die.
But it's where them a do, where them a try, my road will fly high into the sky. Me got no borrow. I'm money by Gaza. Well, actually, God is side, but still. At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I don't have Instagrams.
And also in the room, we have Big Wahala.
What's good, people? Big Wahala.
Bang, 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 bang.
Have Big Wahala Insta, Big Wahala on Twitter.
No, the actor and no Mr. Wolf this week. They are about doing their thing. But to fill in those very little shoes, we have a very big guest. Figuratively. Jeez, man.
Well, you mentioned somebody's
shoes.
Yeah, but then anyway. It's alright.
Let him have it.
Our special guest this week, our wonderful guest, returning by herself this time, is Ola Curvy Creative. That is the way you want to be put.
Yeah, it's fine.
Wonderful. Yeah, round of applause is being added here.
Everyone, I'm back.
Hey,
she's back to cause beef.
I have seen the metal strally in there.
Why you got on shy? You been talking all this time.
You
got on shy like
that. You actually just smiled at me. I looked at you.
No, do you want me to start then?
Yeah, that's what you're here for.
Right, first of all, I want to know, why do you do the whole my Insta, my da-da-da-da-da? Because it's the same every week. Why don't you just record that and then put it at the beginning?
Because it's different every week.
What, people's Instagrams and handles?
No. The way they put it. Like, for instance, I haven't mentioned that you can catch us at Eloquently Saying Nothing, like ESN podcast,
I timed it. I timed it once. You do it at the beginning, you do it at the end, and it's like nearly like 10 minutes.
So you would do what?
Just put no one. You know what? No one's going while they're listening to it. Oh, let me look them up on Insta.
When I listen to podcasts, and if
no, I just go to the notes and then click on the link.
That's fine, but I might not do it the same way that you do it, and if I give people the option to do it both ways, then they can choose which way they do it.
I don't care about other podcasts. I care about this one.
You care about this?
I like the feedback. Keep going.
Oh yeah. No, don't get me wrong.
Keep going.
But when you ask a question, I'll just answer it.
Yeah.
So if you give a suggestion, then I say, okay, I'll take a suggestion on board.
Yeah.
But I feel that giving people multiple options is less than one. And also, it is about the introduction. It's not necessarily about the socials.
Yeah.
You can go through and without even giving the socials, really, not the biggest thing in the world. It's his chance to say hello and or her chance or whoever it is, and to say whatever they want to say at the beginning. It's just an intro. I understand what you're saying, that you could do a collective one. I would understand it for our joint collective socials as opposed to the individuals.
You could have your bit that you record that's just all your socials, and then you could be like, you could have like an introduction even where you actually recorded it after, and you're kind of like, oh, we spoke about this and this and this, and by the way, there's a spoiler and it's here and da 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 da, and then you start the podcast with Simple Simon's.
All right, you don't edit podcasts, do you?
Well, obviously, I've edited
as a photographer, you take your pictures, you got your RAW, you put it into your Apple, your MacBook Pro, and then you start editing. If there's a process where you could delete something, so there's something where, I don't know, what software do you use to edit your pictures?
Photoshop.
All right.
What do you mean looking through them?
All right.
To pick them.
Yeah, go on then.
So like Camera Raw. So you got all the pictures up looking at them.
But that's in Photoshop, isn't it?
No.
It's in what?
Camera Raw. But it's part, you can have it in Photoshop. You can do it in Photoshop.
Let's say you could automate that. So it was just going to pick the ones that you were going to pick anyways. Would you then choose to do it the other way around?
It's a bit different, isn't it? Because my pictures are always going to be different.
But my point is, I can leave that bit out, so I don't have to do it.
Right.
Or the edit.
I tell you what. If you want to use analogies,
go on then.
Right. When I do my pictures, they're all different.
Yeah.
But one thing I know is that I'm always going to do frequency separation, which is like making the skin look like skin, but taking the blemishes off. Right. So I've saved that action I've saved that thing that I've done as an action. So now I can just press a button, run the action, and then brush on instead of having to do all the little bits separately.
Macros.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying
scripting.
Save the action.
Yeah.
Which is you lot introducing your
macros.
Thingies, and then just add it to the podcast.
In your case, it's less work. In my case, it's more work.
Not originally, not after the first one.
It is, because I have to do that every single time I edit a podcast.
What? Add the clip?
Yeah. You can say all you want, but I don't have to add that clip. Right?
Yeah, but you got the clip. You just drag it down into the thing.
But why? Every time you add something, you change something. You know, it's not just that simple. So let's say, for instance, let's say you knew me by my real name.
So this is podcast 101.
Yeah. We don't give our real names out. But let's say you knew me personally, and 1 hour 15 minutes into the podcast, you say my name. So for those of you that don't know, this is the inside baseball. We'd actually stop the recording and say, "Oh, damn it." We'd do a timestamp, right? And then we'd continue. So, all right, let's forget you. My brother then says my real name. We get to argument. He said my real name. Damn, we stop. We do a timestamp. We continue recording. So let's say that's 2 minutes. Somebody says, I'm going to the toilet or something like that. Now it's 5 minutes. But I've got it in my phone at 1 minute 15, whatever. Now, the minute I start adding stuff on, that now changes that timestamp. I have to now do something different, which is fine. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is a deal. It is something now I have to think about. Because if I put that thing in, just automatically, because this is the 50th time I've done it.
No,
bang.
Because you just edit the whole thing first. When you finish editing, then just add the intro.
You lot are on a long thing. We're not going to do it. So let's just carry on, yeah? I don't know.
I was fascinated by that conversation. I actually liked it.
I wasn't fascinated. I liked
You edit the whole podcast first. The same way as if I'm editing a video.
And that is exactly how you do it.
And I want to put the intro in. I'm going to edit the video, then I'm going to put my intro in. I'm not going to put my intro in and then edit the rest of the video.
Okay, that's you. Okay. Have you edited audio before?
Of course I've edited
when I did the podcast, when I edit everything first, make sure everything's the same level and edit everything first, then I start adding the bits that I need to add after.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't put the intro and outro on until after I've done with the processing in the middle bit.
But the processing is not the editing.
No, I'm saying
I'm talking about chopping up the pieces. Everything should be clean.
Chopping and
And then I'll do the intros and then I'll do the whatever.
Yeah, you clean up with the audio and then you do the stuff.
And actually, I would do if I knew there was lots of bleeps to bleep out and whatnot. I would do that first because you know where those are and they've been timestamped. As in, you've got the note, so you have to do those first so that it's there, and then it doesn't matter what you do after because you've bleeped out the bits.
Tell a lie. I'll do the intro. I figure out what I'm going to use for the intro. Grab the intro, throw it at the front. Then I do the rest of the cutting for the rest of the whole thing.
But then you've moved your timestamps.
Yeah, but by that time I already sorted out.
Oh, you've done the timestamp bit already. Yeah.
But you haven't moved your timestamp because you've clearly you've copied it anyway, and you put it on a different track.
Yeah.
Either way, this is
fascinating.
It's not.
For somebody who doesn't edit their own podcast or somebody.
But it's not gonna happen.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
I hear what you're saying. I know there are podcasts that do that.
Yeah.
But we don't. Maybe if these guys said they wanted to do it, then that's an option. But I don't know if they care about that. I know I don't want to do that. I hate what you're saying. I don't want to do that.
I hate just say hello.
I hate those organic things.
Those ones, I definitely don't listen to them because that is now exactly the same every week. What? So there's people say there's that clip that comes in this week, or you've been listening to such and such, or this is
no.
these
what
are
I
the
mean
socials.
is you're all live, but you're all just like I'm whoever you are, and that's it.
She wants you to all replicate me, basically.
Oh, like do the quick save.
Yeah, but
no frills intro.
But it's the same, we record a clip once, make it nice and crisp, and that's the same clip we use every week.
No, she's saying if you're not gonna
hold on. She can
the
talk.
Introduction.
Whatever it is. Are you saying that we reuse that the same?
No.
She was saying that originally. Then she said after.
So on a normal day, he just says, "Hi, it's Wahala here."
Yeah.
Hi, it's Simple Simon here.
I'll never do that.
Hi.
Stavros.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
He said I'll never do that.
I would never just say.
No, but obviously you have your little
Gaza thing for the rest.
Yeah,
of them,
you have your thing that you do.
Oh.
So then after that, then you go back to you and then you do your bit. Or maybe that's because you go last because that's the bit you do.
It sounds like a job when you do that.
But everyone's got a bit though, apart from me and Steph.
It sounds like a job when you do that.
Fine.
No, like seriously, it sounds like a job when you do that. Like that would kill me.
I'm lost now.
I was trying to explain to you. You told me to shut up. So.
No, let the lady talk. Because I'm talking to the lady. So exactly. Because
we're having a 4-way conversation with you talking to one person.
No, that's fine. I think it's just a suggestion as a listener.
But I'm going to ask him to explain it then because I wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
I was just giving you different options you could do to speed up or at least so that people didn't have to listen to a long introduction that we listen to all the time because we don't know when you're going to come in with just your normal talking.
Okay, but...
So people that listen regularly, we don't need to hear a long thing until it gets to Simon's bit.
My bit's important.
Because that's the only bit that's different. Simon's and
Mr.
Wolf's.
Does a whole thing.
That's what I'm saying.
The actor does his thing. Mr. Wolf does his thing. Simple Simon does his thing.
Hey.
And we
hold on. Who am I getting muddled up with?
The actor used to do his monologues, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Right,
yeah. And then Nigerian proverb.
Yeah, proverb. So that's 3 people out of 5 people that actually does something.
Yeah, but we don't know, as listeners, we don't know when that's coming because you're all doing your...
Yeah, but the ones that the people that don't do that are really quick, so it doesn't make a difference, does it?
My one was really quick. His is really quick.
I'm just talking as a listener.
That's fine. But I actually don't understand, like, the dynamics of what you're saying you want done. So you want us to do our intro separately, record it, and then play that every week.
You could do that. I'm just saying. It would be good if there's a way that we can just skip your socials. It's just your socials.
Just the socials.
I just want you to know that this is probably the longest intro we've ever had.
Is this an intro still? I thought we'd got into I thought we'd already started talking.
We ain't into the Nipsey Hussle yet, boy. Nope. This is the intro.
No, I was about to say the nipples of it, but why would I say that?
First base.
Yeah.
That's a
sensitive
part.
Is that first base?
That's a sensitive part.
Is that first base?
I'm from Hackney.
Gosh, things have changed.
What is base? First base is kissing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it holding hands?
I'm pretty sure it's kissing. Because you hold your mum's hand, you can go first base with your mum.
Yeah, but isn't it meant to be a romantic thing when you hold a hand first?
First base is kissing.
First base is kissing.
So what's second base then?
No, how did you go from kissing to panani in second base?
Touching.
Second base was
touching breasts or touching...
How many bases are there? 3?
No, you did the finger movement.
Yeah, but it's touching, innit? Yeah.
There's 4 bases in baseball.
4 bases or 3? Oh, okay.
4 is definitely sex and 1 is definitely kissing.
Well, what's 3?
Head.
Raw. Seriously?
Well, yeah, I'm assuming so.
Look at the escalation here, yeah?
Yeah, kiss
breast, head. Jesus.
Sex, isn't it?
That's a lot.
What do you think?
What are you gonna put between it?
Nah, I don't know. I feel like
All right. What are second and third? Then?
No, I think there should be a fifth.
But there isn't a fifth.
so. There's only 4 base.
So
Oh yeah, it's baseball. It's
where
baseball.
does
It's
fingering
baseball.
come in?
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's second base.
I think it's second base.
No, that's got to be third.
I thought that was third base. I thought that was third
Yeah.
base.
So what is second base then?
All right. Yeah. If kissing is
Rest
first,
is.
Yeah, that's what I.
But that's the same as fingering.
I just
No,
think
it's not.
Once you're using your hands, that's second base, isn't it?
Look at it like this. Look at this.
Okay.
Feel up is second base, isn't it?
Okay.
Wait, no.
One's on top of the clothes and one's underneath the clothes. Then.
I'm saying this, yeah. Progression. Head, shoulders, midriff, whatever. That's the progression. So kissing first base, breast second base, finger dabbling or hand stroking third. And then fourth base is
foot fucking.
Oh my god.
Hold on. So me, I would say first base is kissing.
Keep those toes clean.
Kissing and maybe caressing. Yeah, kissing and caressing.
Wait, no.
Yes. Kissing and caressing is first base. We've closed on. We've closed on. Hold on. Let me go.
No, first base is just kissing.
No, first base is kissing and caressing. We've closed on. Yeah.
Do you know how many people are saying just go on to Google and find out?
Second base, yeah, for me would be fondling. So that's we've closed off now, and either she's touching your penis,
Bro, this escalated
hand job, and fingering. That's second base. Yeah.
Jesus.
Third base is head.
You don't watch too much fucking porn.
Third base is head. Yeah, because this can't get all of these things can't get you pregnant. That's what like I said.
Nah.
And then fourth base is sex.
I think first base
penetration,
is kissing and heavy petting. Yeah, kissing and heavy petting.
What's heavy petting if it's not a feet?
No, heavy petting is feeling up and stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Okay, so that's second base. That's second base then. So first base would be kiss. Well, in my mind,
First base is kissing.
in my mind, heavy petting was like, what do you call these things when they suck your neck
Love
and
bites.
them kind of hickeys.
That's feet up as well though.
Is that feet up?
With the mouth.
Can I? I've gone onto the Googles and I found out this is the first thing that's come up.
No,
Okay, go on.
the reason why I want us to talk about it without googling it first is because I want to know what our understanding
everybody's level is.
exactly.
You lot are all just dirty.
So you said you said stuff that is kissing, caressing as well. Second base.
What's
that's what it is now.
What's third
Let's
base?
look at it.
I will. According to this, the bit where I said there's above clothes and
Read
below
it out.
clothes.
Read it out. Don't think about. Read it out.
No, I thought you said you want to discuss it first before.
No,
we
because
get
you've
on that.
looked, so you might as well tell us now because you already looked.
All right. So in this thing it says first base is kissing, including open mouth or French kissing. That's first base. Second base is petting above the waist,
Sit there.
including touching, feeling, and funneling of the chest, breast, and nipples.
See, I told you.
So there's no second base for women, really? Then
there is
because you're touching a man's chest. What's that?
What you have to
It depends
understand.
whether you like your nipples being.
What you have to
played
understand from your point of view, someone touching your chest isn't a thing, but from the other person's point of view, it's a thing for them.
Hold on, they said it's for the waist down, yeah? Waist up.
Yeah.
Well, some man when you lie on their front, innit? Their penis.
Oh my god! Go on, keep going.
I'm strong and long.
Keep going.
Third base is petting or orally stimulation.
I told you head was there.
Below the waist, including touching, feeling, and funneling of the vagina, clitoris, penis,
Told you head is there,
or
mate. Number 3.
testicles.
Wow.
And then home base is the thing, innit? The thing.
Yeah, so it's 4.
Yeah,
Yes.
4 bases. Yeah, definitely 4 bases.
It's always 4 because it's
But
based on the
our
baseball
confusion
system.
was how did head get to base 3? But he's right. It's-
It was me that said it.
was it you?
No, I said
he
head
said it.
was
He said
base
it.
3.
He said it. I'm not saying you didn't, but he did definitely said it. He shouts.
I'm not saying he didn't say it.
He shouts. He said it louder.
No, I blatantly said head was 3.
Yeah, he said that.
I actually said the word head.
He
I
did.
don't
You just
think
seem
said
to
head.
jump quickly from kissing.
Yeah, went
to,
from kissing to head. That's what.
Yeah.
It was.
Because that's how it's supposed to go.
Actually,
No, but it didn't. What he said didn't go-
no.
he said kissing to head.
You said second
Stav
base was
said
it was head.
kissing.
No, I said second base was. I said first base is kissing and heavy petting. I said second base was
No,
feel up.
you said kissing and caressing.
Caressing, yeah, sorry. And then second base was feel up, which is hand job and fingering. All right. And then I said third base is head.
No, because that's why we were saying that's a bit
Hello?
much.
I
It's
mashed up
jumped
the
from
thing.
kissing
Why
to.
would you do that?
I don't know what I've brushed up there. Nothing's playing through my headphones.
I'm all for you reeling back in the edit. No, I'm joking.
That's what I said.
Okay.
And then fourth base bang.
All right.
Banging. So hard.
Do you know this only
Vulgar
came from
language.
me saying nipple by accident?
Yeah, I
How
know.
do you
But,
know?
okay, so but we're here now, innit? So did anybody in there you follow this base?
No.
No, it's not a thing because we don't have baseball over here like that. So
what do you do? So football analogy then?
Offside people still talked about it though. People still talked about, we got to fourth base, got to whatever.
I don't know. It wasn't really popular.
But then,
I've never heard somebody.
Well, I went to Catholic primary school. I went to Catholic primary school, and I had Nigerian parents, and I lived in Kent with no other black people. So yeah,
we talked about bases.
I went to Catholic school.
Both of you are
yeah,
heathens.
in London.
All right,
heathens.
So the Catholic part is not really an issue, then, is it?
Well, Catholic primary school. So
she was getting.
You know what I mean? Like we
young.
really were.
Did you get the cane?
Yes. No, did I? No, I never got the cane. I got the ruler once.
Up there.
But everybody in the class got it, so it wasn't a racist thing.
But
Rah. You just put it out there quickly, boy. We've done the research. It wasn't racism. It was just the cane.
do you think they should bring back smacking in schools?
Yeah.
Let's say that the teacher. Let's say, just for argument's sake, the teachers are not going to be battering them for fun, and they will do it for a reason that is written down somewhere. If you do this, then this is a reason enough for you to get a rule on the hand or something.
No,
I think they should just not have taken it away.
Yeah,
because you can't bring it back now because too much has been happened.
Society has changed.
I think teachers would get killed if they did it. No.
Yeah.
I think parents are not able and focused enough to allow their child to be beaten by another stranger or even somebody else that's in position of power that's not them.
But even the taking away of discipline from teachers, they also took discipline away from parents.
Yeah. But you
can't.
They get annoyed when people shout at their kids now. Why are you shouting at my child? Let alone beating them.
I'm actually waiting for the day somebody tells me to stop shouting.
So kids
at my
are
child.
Saying that, do you shout at your child in public?
Yeah, if I have to, yeah.
So not teachers are pussy, parents are pussy, I should say.
I go out of my way.
Yeah, but why do you have to shout at your child in public?
I don't have to. That's the wrong.
Why can't you just do that? Have you not learnt that yet?
You don't have much power.
No.
What was that? Was that the conch on the head or?
No, just for them to know that you're.
Did your parents not do it?
They give you a look, bro.
For you to get to the point.
Before even the look. So say like you're just rolling around the floor and there's guests.
That's because
your mum could do this kind of, and you would know that's your mum because other aunties were doing.
Okay,
and you would just be like.
Right,
and
it's like
and
us
that would be it.
Why did your mum or dad do that noise?
No, just my mum.
Okay, all right. But I mean, in general, why will the parent do that in public with their child?
Because we know that noise means.
No, why is the parent doing that? Why are they choosing? Let's say at home.
Because they don't want to shout at you.
Why?
In public.
Why?
Because why would they?
It's embarrassment. That's what.
Yeah, why do they want to shout? They don't need to shout. She can just do it.
They don't need to shout at you at home, but they're going to shout at you at home.
If you could make your child stop doing what she's doing by just going. Which one would you pick? Shouting at her or going?
Whichever one's going to scare her the most.
Oh, trust me, because on the ride home, all you're thinking is she going to remember that she had to?
I don't. In my mind, I'm trying to figure out how you train the.
If my mum's had to embarrass herself by shouting,
you must have had to beat somebody.
You're going to get more beats when you get home than if your mum's just had to go.
I don't get embarrassed because of that stuff though. So that is the reason
Neither do
why because I know my parents don't want to be embarrassed by shouting in front of people. You embarrass me. I don't care if I'm shouting in front of people.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But my parents would have been more annoyed if they'd had to shout at me, not that they ever did, in public, than if they could just make that noise and stop what we're doing.
That's my point. That's why I'm saying for me it's not applicable. I'm just annoyed that you're playing up in public. It's got nothing to do with how I have to react to it.
But what I'm trying to say is it's a quicker resolution to just make that noise and they know what that means.
I hear that.
For you
just today
to
I was out, I just gave her the look and she stopped. So I don't even need to make a noise.
That's if she's looking at you.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Can I ask a question then with regards to the people that were prepared to shout? Does it bother you if it makes other people around uncomfortable?
Who cares about them?
No, because there's times when I've heard Steph shout at his daughter and it makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because I'm not as much as he's more hardened to obviously seeing her cry and all that stuff because it happens to him often because he's in the house with her. So when I'm my uncle and I'm seeing her, it makes me like, I don't know what to do now. I'm like,
here's a joke.
Come there, but you can't get involved because it's not your beef.
This is a man that's saying that his own child won't make him soften a little bit. This man here.
No, I didn't tell that my child won't make me soft. I said if I have a daughter, I'll give you everything. I've said that blatantly. Said that many times.
You won't.
I'll give her everything. I'm not gonna hit. I told you I won't hit her. I told you I probably won't even shout at the child. I told you if I had a son, it'll be different. I did tell you I did this with the nephews.
I find it funny actually when parents say they won't hit their children. Yeah.
No, I said my daughter.
He did say daughter. It was specific.
So you're gonna hit your child, hit your son, but not your daughter.
Not my daughter.
You're mad. Anyway, but when parents all decide that they're not gonna chastise their children, they always say, "I'm not gonna hit my child." Whereas like parents that do smack their children say smack.
Okay. Okay.
No, I don't care which word I use.
No, but
but hitting is like I'm intentionally striking you to hurt you.
Yeah.
Smacking is like this is the punishment for something you've done wrong.
One's retributive action. Yeah.
No, well, I do both then.
Raw.
Why are you trying to intentionally hurt your child?
Because you've done something wrong.
So you want to hurt them.
If I'm look, there are times where today. She was getting out of the car and I tapped her bum because she was standing up on the seat, jumping up and down in the car seat. And I said, stop doing that. And it, not meant to hurt you at all. So she just turn around, almost get your attention and stop. That's one thing. Then there is another time. I'm not hitting you just to get your attention or just to let you know that to tell you something with a slightly more force. I'm smacking you so you're in pain because that's the punishment.
Yeah, but did you say get off the seat and then she didn't get off the seat?
No. I'm just trying to tell you there's a difference. You asked me why would I do one, and I'm telling you there's a time where.
So at that point, if she's jumping on the seat,
pain.
If she's jumping on the seat, then you're hitting her to stop her.
Whichever one was.
Are you hitting her to stop her?
Whichever one you're using as is not. There's no pain. Hold on, you're the one that picked the words. I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying there was no pain. If she started crying when I did that, then I would have. I touched her too hard because that was not the intention.
Yeah, but you're doing it to stop her. Whichever one you want to use, you're doing it to stop her.
Yeah. Okay.
Not to punish her for doing it. Is what I'm trying to say.
It wouldn't make any difference, I guess. I didn't want to hurt her. That's what I'm focused on. You're asking me a different question that I don't know.
What I'm trying to say is, in an ideal world, you would have said, "Stop jumping on the seat." And then if she didn't stop jumping on the seat, or if you told her before to not jump on the seat, then you'd be like, I told you before not to jump on the seat, and then you would smack her, correct?
No, that's your ideal world, not my ideal world.
You just wall up.
Because
just last.
I think we've just gone down a different road. Maybe it's not applicable
but
to
you're
me.
right. You're right in what you're saying.
I'm saying is that I'm admitting. So this is me just admitting. So you're stuck on this thing.
No, that's fine.
There are times where I just touch her or hit her or whatever word you want to use to you roll up your eyes because you people are not innocent like me and my child. Where she gets hit, so what's the word then? You had two words. What was it?
Hit and smack.
So which one is the
hit
more...
is to hurt somebody and smack is retributive action.
Yeah.
Okay then. So I smack and I hit her.
Okay.
And I understand the difference and I use them when I feel they. But why would you smack? Is that the painful one?
No.
Hit. Why would you hit your child?
No, smacking's painful. Smacking is painful, but it's a punishment for something they've done.
Both are painful. One is with malicious intent, and one is with what's the word? It begins with P.
Punishment?
Not punishment, but yeah.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. Punitive.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine then. I've got a third one. You know, last week we were talking about no, brother, you have to stay. And we were talking about the film where in Batman, Dark Knight Return or Dark Knight Cometh, whatever it's called. Yeah. Where you know the bit where he puts a hand on the man's shoulder and he says, "You think this gives you power?"
Yeah.
I have that one as well. So there's no pain in it at all. But it's pure malice. So I'm going to use it a touch because it's just a touch. I'm not hitting you, but it's like So let's say we're arguing and it's like, come on now. I've just put my hand.
But that's not even that's
yeah, but it's just to let you know.
But nobody's even putting that. No, nobody would even describe that as a form of punishment.
No. Yeah, but it's just to stop you. Well, the same way
would that not stop
these are all things.
Yeah, that is your equivalent of the clicking of the.
No, because I have the click. I can do all of them. Okay. I can do all of them. But you're saying that. Or
yeah, but somebody might of them and she reacts, she stops what she's doing to all of them, then use the one that doesn't hurt her then.
No. That's everyone's got.
But if you feel that smacking needs to happen, as in she's done it too many times, you stop her first, explain why you're about to give her the punishment of smacking, then smack her.
Potentially.
Smack her.
Do you always explain why you smack the child after you smack the child?
Always.
Most times.
Usually before.
Always.
But yeah.
While I'm looking for something.
I am going to deal with
While I'm looking for the thing.
I am going to deal because you have done this thing to me today, but you don't know it yet.
I always explain because I think there becomes. Anyway, I'm not really one to speak because I don't really smack my daughter that much. I'm the one that.
How old's your daughter?
4.
So you
her mum smacks her more than I do.
You smack your daughter.
Have I?
No, you do it.
I have done it, but it's not anything regular. I can count on
Abuses.
in the whole 4 years. I can count on probably one hand how many times I've actually smacked them.
I think when they're little,
Shame on you.
when they're little, I don't think. I don't know. I don't think there's really should be as much smacking as when they're sort of 7 to 13.
But they're children ain't that age yet. So you've gone through the spectrum, so you know where you think the good beating should be happening.
I don't feel that when my child reaches 6, 7, I'm gonna need to smack him.
Well, that's when they're gonna be at their most defiant.
No, I think you will.
No. It's not.
Now is when she's at her most.
No, man, they're mad.
No, not in the same way as jumping on the sofa or doing stuff like constantly. You know, like some children that never get. You can tell they've never been beaten because they're constantly doing stuff all the time, and
they've got no fear,
their
no
parents
boundaries.
are behind them going, "Please, Johnny, stop it! Stop doing that." Yeah, well, that's
so what
kind of
happens
thing.
at 7 then?
Huh?
What happens?
But at 7, that's when they get a little bit more responsibility. They can really understand, like, that they can understand fully right from wrong more. You might ask them to go and do certain things. Do you see what I mean? Where they can, like, say for instance, go and get me something from my bedroom, but then they're opening up your makeup or whatever.
Yeah, but to be honest with you,
But you wouldn't send a 4-year-old to go and do that.
No, she gets sent and she knows what she's doing as well.
Yeah, but if she did something bad while she was doing it.
Yeah, she'll still get in trouble because I didn't ask her to do that.
But there's more of a chance when they're older, you're going to send them to do more of those types of things. So that's why they're going to be in trouble a bit more. Even things like, like for instance, like we had a park. Well, we still got a park. Like literally, like you could stick your head out and see the park, right? So all the kids used to play in the park. And I would say, and they took their watches with them. So I'd be like, look, when it says 7, come back. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, they wouldn't come back. I'd have to go out and call them. Do you see what I mean? So of course, they're in trouble. Whereas if they were 4, I wouldn't be telling them to go to the park, would I?
Fair enough. But did you do it officially? Did you go out in your house clothes and then, with the slippers and drag your
I
foot?
don't wear house clothes. I just wear normal clothes.
Oh.
Whilst we're talking about this type of age, I can ask you a question. I don't think you've heard about it already. I think Steph's heard about it.
It was such a good splinter from that what you just said as well,
Does that matter?
Yeah.
You can go back in if you want to.
Yeah, go on.
All right. So anyway, you're saying 7, 8, those types of ages is a good age where they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they, you can give them a beating. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat up a 7-year-old.
Why would you beat up a 7-year-old?
Me and the 7-year-old got beef. I don't even know the 7-year-old yet. Yeah.
All right. What happened?
So my missus, as you can see, we were in her salon at the moment, and she's got a client.
Oh no.
Which is a 7-year-old boy.
Oh no.
And the 7-year-old boy he's trying to chest mold me,
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
He's trying to chest mold. He's trying to.
Cute.
But let me tell you how deep it is. She said that he come in and he said to her, she said to him, "Oh, I'm getting married," and he goes, "Oh, you getting married to your lie? You're not getting married." She's like, "No, I'm getting married." He goes, "Then this is what the boy said. I bet he's ugly." That's a beef thing. That's already a slight on my character and name. Then she said to him,
"It's a good guess though."
Then you fool. Come be stunning in the face. Then she said to him. Then he said to her, I bet you ain't got no muscles. I bet he's dumb. I bet he just been cussing me off in the shop." Right, so I told her, I'm gonna beat him up. And she's like, "Oh, you can't." I said, "I'm gonna come and beat him up." So I'm waiting for this boy when I'm gonna see him to come and beat him up. And I think 7-year-old is a fine age to give him a good beating.
I think
and I'm gonna beat his dad as well.
I think a 7-year-old that belongs to you, yes.
I'm gonna beat up his dad as well.
Yeah, yes, and his dad.
I don't care who his dad looks like. Both of them are gonna get it because,
Really?
like I said, they're insulting me in front of a woman. What did he say? I'm thinking that she said that he said as well. Oh, she said that basically when she talks about me, he puts me in inverted commas. your fiance, the 7-year-old, your fiance that you keep talking about, and then apparently when she saw he goes like he said to her, "He can't ride BMX like me." Like, I'm like, it's a beef thing. I ain't seen this guy,
Have you got a BMX?
Me?
He's got bars. You hear him?
Just imagine him on a 7-year-old's BMX going.
I'll race him, It's a beef thing. Like I'm gonna dominate him when I see him. Just so
He
knows
has
it.
got bars. Man said he can't ride BMX like me.
I can tell somebody's woman that they're ugly, they ain't got no muscles. And then apparently when he saw a picture of me, he go, fair enough, he's got muscles. And then he said something else about me again after that. Like he says something about me every single time he comes here because he don't see me. When I come in there, one day I'm gonna come in there, I'm gonna ask her when she's gonna have it.
You have to walk in like that video, innit?
Yeah, the video of the terrorist man, innit? I'm just gonna walk in one time, I'm just gonna look at you and I'm just gonna maybe I might cut off one of your locks, cut off two.
That's deep.
Like cut off a patch of it and then give him a box.
Has he got long locks?
I don't know what he looks like. I'm gonna beat him up though. Still, when I see him on the streets,
he's gonna on-site him.
On site, blood. On site. Because even big man don't talk to me the way he's talking about me, you know?
Man's gonna pull up.
7.
He's gonna pull up.
7.
And
You know?
obviously, he's coming in with his mum or whatever.
Yeah. But tell him about his mum as well.
Wow.
Everyone's getting it at the family because they're allowing it to happen.
I want it known. Man said he's gonna beat up the dad as well. First, you know. He said that earlier on.
Right, it's right, you're gonna come out here talking about man like that.
So you're not coming out in your slippers and your house coat, and then one day you don't wear such.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, it's a damn shame.
So what's your split now?
All right, so splinter off. There's a school in Houston, a nationally acclaimed high
Texas.
school principal
Texas
is standing by a new dress code she created not for students but for their parents. The code says attire that is totally unacceptable totally unacceptable for the school setting will get parents kicked off campus. So
What type of school?
all right, it's a high school
Okay.
in James Madison High School in Houston, Texas, issued the new rules earlier this month after one mother allegedly showed up at school wearing a head wrap and t-shirt dress. The parental dress code applies only to the high school, not the rest of the district. And let's see what it says. It says, right, you can't wear satin caps or bonnets, shower caps, hair rollers, pajamas. If you're going to laugh, man. Torn jeans showing lots of skin, uncovered leggings, also forbidden are low-cut tops, sagging pants, undershirts. Okay, I think I know, like a slip. Or a vest, undershirts.
Singlet, yes.
Maybe like a singlet or a slip. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
yeah.
Short shorts, and dresses that reveal the derriere.
Yes.
So that is what parents picking up their children cannot wear. Apparently, there's dress codes for students and for teachers as well, though. So we'll put it in context. So like, kids can't wear hoodies or flip flops or low hanging, sagging pants. So that's something, and teachers have to dress uppity up.
All right.
So some people are saying that this is a racial thing.
It's not a racial thing.
Because who wears satin caps but black women?
Yeah, but who wears...
And Snoop.
But she didn't... She said rollers. White women wear rollers. Go to Essex. They're all walking around with rollers in their hair.
But this is Houston.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'm still saying white women wear rollers.
Okay.
Houston Essex.
No, it's not a race. It's not... Even if it was, like, the way I see it, it's like the sagging pant thing, right? When people go around places saying, oh, you know, this mall, we don't want people with sagging pants walking around. Right? Don't get me wrong. I get the hoodie thing. I think the hoodie thing is ridiculous. But the sagging pants thing, the majority of people that wear sagging pants is black.
Is black, all right.
Right? So just because you ban it doesn't then make it racial. It means we just don't want people wearing saggy pants.
Yeah, but then
By
why?
proxy, you can do it that way, though.
You can, but I agree. I don't want people wearing saggy pants.
So if you don't wear the sagging pants, are they going to tell you that you have to leave because you're black?
If you wear saggy pants, you mean?
No, if you didn't wear sagging pants.
No.
So then,
No.
they're not saying they don't want blacks. They're saying they don't want people wearing sagging pants.
No. If you look at society as a whole and you say, wow, Asian people seem to do this, black people seem to do that, white people seem to do that, and you demonize what the black people are doing, and then you say, you're doing this, we chastise this, we don't allow this in our area, even if you feel they're valid. If the reason you're doing it is not solely because I don't like those clothes, if somewhere along the line of it, if the kernel, the seed of it is there's some sort of racism behind it, or some sort of something behind it, then yeah, it's a racist act. So yes, you can say it sounds innocuous, it sounds small, it's just about clothing. Obviously, sagging clothes, anyone can do it. It's not a racial thing per se. But if you know that it came from, or it seems to come from black society, it's a thing that black people tend to do more than others, then the minute you victimize that, or you put a focus on that, then you are putting a focus on black people. It's like going to an area where it's majority black and saying, we're going to do something in this area. But I know that not all people here are black. But if you're focusing on this area, then in essence, just by default.
The difference is, right, saggy pants, you don't have to wear saggy pants. They're not a part of life. They're not like, well, saggy pants are just a style of jean. Like, people will buy a bigger size jean to make, or not wear belts, or wear belts very loosely to make their pants sag. Right?
All right.
Whereas like things like hoodies, for instance, like there's lots of malls that don't allow hoodies. That is a hoodie. Like an old man wearing a hoodie, they're not throwing him out of the mall.
No, I don't think you can't wear a hoodie. They say you can't wear it up.
No.
Yeah, they say you can't wear the hood up. You can't come into.
Yeah, but let's say an old man had his hood up. They're throwing him out. They're not.
No, they would ask him to take the hood down.
They wouldn't.
Okay.
Simon.
All right.
So
They wouldn't. Come on.
You're saying
really?
the hood thing is racial and the pants.
No. I'm saying the hood thing. You can understand if someone said, you're banning it because it's majority black people that wear a hood in a certain area, for instance, right?
I would say it's the youth.
Because a hoodie is it's not a weapon.
Neither is
As
sagging
in-
pants.
It's their fault.
Right. When was the last time you saw a banker with saggy pants on?
What, at work or not at work?
Anywhere.
No, it's you. See, this is the problem.
At DLT.
Where we are now.
Is that what that brunch thing is called?
Yeah, DLT.
Yeah.
No,
Were you
seriously.
there? Yes.
Seriously.
Because who's a banker?
Exactly.
But you don't
I
have
could be a banker.
But you don't have to. What I'm trying to say is most people would own a hoodie. Most people, whether they're young, old, black, white, whatever, would own a hoodie
You do realise-
as casual dress.
So you do realise-
It's a casual dress thing.
But you do-
saggy pants is not.
Yeah, it is though.
It's
because
not.
you're making out like there's a special.
It's like
type
string
of-
vests.
Yeah, but you're making out it's a special type of pants that's made for sagging. It's not. It's your normal pant. It's just the way you wear it.
Yeah, so why are you wearing it sagging?
So the point here
It's
is
the fashion.
just going back to the point that you're making. Every average person would have a hoodie. Every average person would also have the mechanism for saggy panting.
No.
They would.
No.
Especially them no bottom people out there.
No. But do you understand what I'm saying? The hoodie, you said it's only if they put their hoods up.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
So, but if they said, sorry, everybody is not allowed to put their hoods up,
Yeah.
then that's everybody not putting their hoods up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you've got saggy pants
Yeah.
and they're like, no, you can't wear saggy pants,
Yeah.
it's not going to, who's it going to affect?
Everyone that wears saggy pants.
Yeah, but that's a very small member of society and a certain type of society.
She don't care for that demographic.
No, but I think
Yeah, I hate it.
I
I think
think
it's
you're
ridiculous.
being one dimensional with that because I think you don't appreciate.
Do you wear saggy pants?
No, but I don't. I think you don't appreciate how
The beauty of saggy pants.
No, I how wide
Saggy pants go.
yeah, how far they go.
I know they go wide and far, but
Exactly.
I still, I guess it's, for me, one, I don't understand why. I don't see any, what's the word when something's really good? There's no improvement on life.
No benefits.
Yeah, there's no benefit to life wearing saggy pants.
Your balls stay cooler.
Wear a skirt then.
Come on now.
Why not?
What's the problem?
What with wearing a skirt?
Yeah.
A skirt or a
Kilt.
Yes.
Whatever.
Either way.
Rapa.
Yeah, or rapper.
Innit? Your
Sarong.
people. That's your people's
I
thing.
can
innit?
wear rapa.
Can wear a sarong. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think. I disagree with you. That's all.
What, you disagree with me saying that saggy pants are not the same as hoodies?
Yeah, I disagree with that
No.
argument. I disagree with it.
No, because a hoodie's a hoodie. People don't. It's not like there's some people that are wearing hoodies like, I don't know, with one arm out, and they're the people that we're targeting.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but-
So, like, for instance, if they were to say, right, no one can wear jeans, then that would be just as ridiculous, right?
Look, I'm not a fan of the saggy pants in, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see the crime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying there's a crime. I'm not saying there's a crime.
But you're-
I'm just happy that people do want to get rid of them.
Yeah, but you're dead set against it.
But I guess it's, for me, even, so let's pretend that there was no one in a mall was trying to say, don't wear saggy pants. Police weren't trying to say, don't wear saggy pants. Authoritative figures weren't saying, don't wear saggy pants. But actually, it was pillars of the black community, black celebrities, black rappers saying, come on, guys, it's got to stop wearing saggy pants, right?
Mm.
Would you be okay with people stop wearing saggy pants then?
I'm okay with people stop wearing saggy pants now. My point is I don't see the crime. So I don't see...
No, I don't think there's a crime, but I just think that I'm happy whichever way it comes that people stop wearing saggy pants.
An example of what you're saying, though. An example of what you're saying is when Rizzo was Rizzo from Wu-Tang Clan, that was the ambassador of wearing baggy jeans and rewear that was made in that particular way. Started telling people that if they don't want the police to approach them and to stop them and to blah blah blah, they should stop wearing these types of clothes. And he was one of the ambassadors of wearing that. And when he said that, people were like, get the fuck out of here. Who are you talking to? What are you talking about? So it has happened in the black community where they said to them, no, don't come with that rubbish now. But I suppose it was more tilted to him because he was one of the ones that was, instigating it in the
You were one of us.
But then maybe it was from life experiences. Maybe when he didn't wear the saggy pants, he didn't get stopped as much as when he did.
Yeah, there is the term bougie. We know that already. But
then the thing is, sorry.
Okay.
Should you, like Simple said, your clothing doesn't dictate the type of person you are. Should I be pulled over because of the clothes I wear?
It doesn't, but I think maybe that's the problem. The problem is with saggy pants, it does seem to be a higher number of, is it roadmen that are wearing them?
Okay, so here's the other thing now, right? So we use that exact same argument. If you turn around to say, for example, the police force and say that you don't trust people that wear a police uniform because it seems that most of the people that are doing that are crooked in some way, they're racist in some way, or they're just using excessive amounts of force. Yeah, society will turn around and say that you can't say that because these people are supposed to be protecting you. But you're saying the uniform, because most people that are wearing that uniform, i.e. uniform being saggy pants in your example, are of a certain ilk, then you don't no longer trust that uniform. So you don't want...
No, I don't actually have an opinion on people that wear saggy pants. I just think it's a ridiculous thing to wear.
So you have an opinion then?
I don't have an opinion on the people that wear them. I have opinion on the style of clothing.
Okay.
So, like, my boys once tried to make their pants saggy and I was just like, as if... pull them up right now.
So what if they wore what are them, not Aladdin pants, what are they called? They're called
harem pants.
Yeah, what if they wore those?
Why would they be wearing them for?
Pants.
Yeah.
What for?
Ain't that when you got O's?
Let me see what
No,
this, I don't know.
You mean like the tracky bottoms that are used for dancing?
MC Hammer type things.
MC Hammer type things, yeah.
What, the fashionable ones that they use for dancing now? Or you mean back to the day of MC Hammer?
MC Hammer pants, those are basically saggers as well.
No, they're not.
No, they're
up the waist. They're on the waist.
Okay, fair enough.
She's not talking about baggy jeans. She's talking about sagging jeans. There's a difference.
Well, so you can
I'm talking about showing.
Underwear.
I have walked behind teenage boys and I can see their bum cheeks in their boxer shorts. It's not right.
Why are you looking at the young boys like that? You're disgusting. You disgust me.
I'm like this. My face is looking horrific. I'm like, do you know what I really want to do? Push them over.
Violence.
Because there's no way they're going to make it. They're going to fall flat on their faces.
It used to be bother me more than it does now. It doesn't bother me so much anymore.
I don't know.
What is it about human beings that things that don't actually cause physical damage or any damage to you or people around you still bothers us to a day just because we don't like it?
Do you know how many times I've seen home movies where... home movies? How old am I?
One.
Home movies.
The only home movie that anybody watches these days is...
Do you know how many times I've seen these home movies that people make on their phones where the kid's running away and he's tripping up all over himself because he's wearing saggy jeans?
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I mean?
There are definitely disadvantages.
Isn't the boys in the hood? Isn't he grabbing his jeans when he's running away?
Yeah, there are practical disadvantages to wearing saggy jeans, but there are practical disadvantages to most fashion statements. That's just what it is. Fashion is not practical.
Really a practical disadvantage to wear trainers, is it?
But fashion is
way off this.
No, fashion is not practical at all.
But what about the school? Do you think that it's practical for this woman to have given these set of instructions for people to wear this uniform?
It's a shame that she has to give these instructions, but I think she could have just easily umbrellaed it and just said, look, parents, I don't know what's happening. I know you live stressful lives. Please come wearing appropriate dress. But the end.
You'd have to put that out in some sort of letter anyways to the...
Yeah, they've done that they've done that in the UK.
The problem here,
so then you might as well put the things that you're talking about.
The problem here, I was going to say that.
But she's literally talking about everything. Yeah,
but the problem here is if you say to somebody, come in appropriate dress, what's appropriate for one person may not be appropriate for another.
Yeah. Okay. Do not come.
Yeah.
Do not come in clothes that you would not wear to work.
What about the strippers?
Or no, do not come in indoor clothes. How about
what about the strippers?
What about strippers?
Don't come in indoor clothes then.
Listen,
indoor clothes. What do you mean?
Don't come in outdoor clothes. No, don't. Yes, sorry. Don't come in. Don't come in anything that you would only wear in your house.
So then, what about strippers?
They wear that to work.
Hola.
In your house.
Let's be real.
Strippers don't go walking down the street in their underwear.
Some of them do.
No, they don't. They wear normal clothes. They carry the underwear in their bags.
Let's be real. As much as you might not like the way she put it, it was better than everything you just said. Everything you suggested.
No, just say
everything you
wear appropriate clothing.
Yeah, but like Simple Simon said, appropriate for you is not necessarily appropriate for me.
Yeah, but I think you're all going on the whole satin cap thing. Because that's really the only thing.
Not necessarily.
No.
What's the other thing?
You have to remember, going back to Stavros's example earlier about not being embarrassed about certain things. Remember, you saying your parents would have been embarrassed to have shouted at you in public.
Mm-hmm.
He's not embarrassed by that. Somebody might not be embarrassed by wearing
headscarves and stuff.
Their pajamas to drop their child off to school. They're not embarrassed by that. So if you say to them, wear something that's appropriate, to them, to that person, they are just going to go and drop their child to school and leave.
This is appropriate attire.
This is appropriate attire because I'm not going to. It's not an interview. Mm-hmm. There is no money transaction taking place. I'm not customer facing necessarily. I'm going to drop my child and I'm going home. So this is appropriate.
Exactly. What's your own?
Yeah, but I still think that it's just not setting a good example.
When they say the school grounds, so that means
now you've changed it. So you're not talking about appropriateness now.
No,
you're talking about
the original question Stav asked was, is it racist? Actually, or was it Wahala?
No,
Don't think.
Yeah, yes, you did. You went, isn't it a bit racist?
No. I asked, what do you think about it? And then I said, some people say
okay,
that there's a racist angle to it.
So that's what I was saying.
Can I ask you a question? Is it a case of dropping your child off? Because if you're just dropping your child off from the school gate and tell them to get out, that's completely different. So I'm assuming that this must be going into the school.
Or so the playground, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe... Sorry, maybe stuff like parents' evening.
Probably it's probably the playground, and then they stand around chatting with each other as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's parents' evening, but even how gangster you have to be to come in rollers.
Some people might do it.
Dressing gown
and dressing gown and house shoes to parents' evening.
I think she went a bit too far, and just like put down everything she could think of that annoyed her. Instead of like properly kind of going, do you know what? We can word this letter because it's not be her that words it. All right,
is there something that you disagree with out of that list that you feel? Yeah,
most of it.
So the
only thing that I don't think you should wear to go and drop your child off or pick them up is clothes that you wear inside the house, pajamas.
Well, she said pajamas. The short shorts you said where they show your bottom.
The pom-pom shorts is cool.
Right.
Yeah, pom-pom shorts is cool to take to school.
No. I don't think it's cool, but I don't think it's any of her business. If the parent...
But I don't want my kids to see
if the parent can
out
go to the park wearing the same shorts...
Yeah,
then she can go and drop her kid off.
I would rather... If my mum was dropping me off, I'd rather my mum wear pajamas...
Then I pom-pom shorts.
Then pom-pom shorts.
No, you'd rather your mum wear just normal clothes.
Yes, but out of those two, because one you said, that's fine. It's just nothing to do with her, and the other one you said,
no, I didn't say it's fine. I said it's none of her business. I don't think it should be any of your business whether I wear jeans with holes in.
Distressed jeans.
Yeah, that's a fashion. That's just fashion, isn't it?
But they're saying the distress is rather drastic because you can see too much flesh. So again, I think
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying she's a bit ridiculous with all the things that she's listed. The only things I agree with is like things like underwear and pajamas, and I'm not too really fussed. I mean, like, it depends how you've got the hair rollers, because like sometimes you might be going out that evening, so you've got the rollers in to set.
Yeah, we all do that.
And then you go and pick, your child up. I've done it when I used to.
So you're one of them. I understand.
Yeah, but I didn't.
And then you don't let your sons have sagging pants.
But I had normal clothes on, so it actually people could easily sort of go, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, she's obviously going out tonight. She's got hair in rollers.
So they couldn't easily go, oh, she just woke up late, so she just wear pajamas.
No, but that's different because it's like you're getting your kid in a uniform usually to go to school, be on time, and all the rest of it. But you can't be bothered to just put some clothes on quickly.
When you're a drunk parent, you might not have the time.
Exactly.
So, what was the reason for it? Did she say?
I don't know.
And also, is she what race is she?
She's a black.
See, I need black people can't be racist.
And maybe, do you know what? Maybe it's a school where the parents are predominantly black, so that's why
it's Houston, Texas.
Yeah, so
most of those children are Nigerian. So it's the truth.
Yeah, it is. My auntie just come back from 3 years over there.
Texas.
Somebody came in wearing something that she thought was inappropriate, so she said, she just
just said, I don't agree with them things. I don't like it. Well, for me, I don't think it's the biggest deal.
It's nice. It's an interesting one.
I do. I think parents should set an example for their children.
All right.
don't get me wrong. Like, of course, sometimes something will happen where, like, I don't know, you've all overslept. You quickly rush them into their thing. You get in the car, but usually if you're late, they ain't going to see you anyway, and you just throw the kids out of the car.
Can I just go off something? Because we mentioned it a couple of times actually in this podcast already. What do we think about how we teach our children regarding shame and embarrassment?
Be more specific.
Like, obviously, we as children, they don't necessarily know what is shameful and what's embarrassing until parents start. They had to, I suppose, or until parents start explaining or showing them a child like, this is not something you can do outside. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. How much do you think you take into account your child as being happy being themselves without feeling like what they're doing is embarrassing or shameful or what?
Those are words I don't use in my interaction with my daughter. Embarrassment and shame are ideas that I think partly because I don't really harbour them myself. Like, embarrassment don't really mean nothing to me. I don't have the shame factor. Maybe I haven't found the thing that I'm shameful of, but I don't have the shame factor either. So with my interaction with my daughter, those are things that don't work. She's been in the middle of Sainsbury's crying because she wants a chocolate that I'm not going to get her. And she'll be there crying. Everyone else is looking at me and I'm like saying to her, you can keep crying because you're not going to get the chocolate. This is not going to work, kind of thing. So she gets the idea that there isn't really this embarrassment factor. So I don't speak that language at home with her. So I don't know.
Do you think that she's doing that to shame you into getting the thing?
Sometimes it's blackmail. She knows that she's making a lot of noise. She knows that she's making a scene. She can see everybody looking, and that is now supposed to apply pressure to me to make her get what she wants.
And can I point out now, this is why when I said I go out my way to do things or in public, even probably more so than at home, because I try and force my wife to go this route. I don't think she does it. I don't know actually, but I've told her there's no way I ever want my daughter to feel because I'm going to cry or kick up fuss in public. That means, because I'm not going to get smacked or... I said, nah. It doesn't matter.
But usually they do it once and then when they get home, they get punished for it and then they don't do it again.
Yeah, but I'm not waiting to get home.
My son did the same thing when he was about two. Yeah, we were in the shop. He was like, can I have? I was like, no. He's like, I was like, you're not having it. And he just like threw himself on the floor and was just crying.
Yeah.
I just carried on doing my shopping. Do you know how many women, old white women, kept tapping me? Is that your son? Yes. They're looking at me. I'm like, yeah.
No, I'm not waiting till they get home.
No, your son's on the floor. Yeah. I just carried on doing my shopping. Do you think he stood there long enough for me to turn the corner? No. As soon as he saw me just carrying on, he just came.
Okay, then what? What happened at home?
She Thanosed him.
He got good licks.
So you didn't lick him in public because of what? You were worried about what?
No, I didn't need to. Why do I need to?
You didn't need to hit him at home either. I'm
doing my shopping.
You didn't need to hit him full
Did he get the chocolate?
No. You chose to punish him at home instead of outside.
Yeah, I didn't need to.
Yeah, but
I'm doing my shopping.
You didn't need to punish him full stop.
Yes, I did, because we had a good conversation.
Okay, so why did you make the choice to punish him? So saying I didn't need to...
Because I needed him to understand the severity of what he'd done.
No, okay, but that's not answering my question. Why did you choose to do it at home?
Because I didn't need to do it in public.
Okay,
but that's not because of him.
He's saying basically that is for that him. That is not an excuse as to why. No, it's not a full excuse as to why you didn't do it.
No, it's not a correct answer. You can't say I didn't need to punish him in public because you didn't need to punish him at home either. So the fact you didn't need to is no.
I didn't need to, but that's not an answer. That's my process.
So why
that's fine, but why is that? That's my point. Is why
because
is that
I
the
don't
process?
need to. No, I don't need to embarrass myself in the shop.
So it's about you. It was about your embarrassment. Okay.
Embarrassment.
See, this is the kind of thing now. If I was having that conversation with my daughter, I'd correct her. I'd say, you shouldn't say I don't need to. You say I don't want to. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Okay, I don't want to.
Because she says that all the time. Daddy, I need to go outside. You don't need to go outside. You want to go outside. So even for me, talking to my 2-year-old, I don't like the fact that you're using want instead of need.
Yeah, but I'm not your child, so I can say what I damn well please.
You can, but you can be wrong as well.
Yeah, but I don't need to either.
Yeah, but then you don't need to do anything. What do you need to do? What do you need to do in life?
Do you ever wait to smack your child to get to a point where you're less angry? Because you don't want to beat.
Yeah, but I always think about that when I always
how angry you are and how much that can reflect in the beating.
Yeah, and I have to, and if they're getting a smack, I'd have to be 100% sure they've done whatever it is. So if, like, I don't know, let's say I've seen a broken something and then I've called them and I'm like, who broke the glass? And I can't work out who broke the glass, then that's it. I can't smack them.
You're not a proper Nigerian. That's what everybody gets. Yeah, everybody.
Exactly.
They call it, what's that punishment that they do where everybody goes to crime, to jail for it?
Joint enterprise.
That's joint enterprise beating there.
But it's not joint enterprise because I don't even know if even know who was there at the time.
It doesn't make
if they were all there, fair enough.
Okay, what would you do in that situation then?
What, me?
Yeah.
Well, if I ask both of them,
there's three of them.
They all know who did it.
They all know who did it.
They all of them get beaten.
Yeah, that's if they're all in the same place at the time when it happens. No, of course, they all know who did it. So yes, absolutely.
So you would smack all three of them. They're all in the kitchen. Something smash. You said who smashed it, and all of them
say not me. Yeah, like they all get it. But what happens is we have a conversation, which is if you don't tell me who did it, you're all getting it. So the other two will rat out the person that did it. Easy, because they know they ain't going to get it.
Snitching children out these
So you're teaching your children to be snitchers?
They should be snitchers. You should beat the two that snitch as well.
No. Why would I beat this? Why?
Because you don't snitch on your own brother.
Yes, you do.
What?
I'll snitch on you straight away.
Yeah.
Remember who you're rolling with.
Because if
it's your friends, bro.
The thing is, right, it could be like when they're little and it's something as simple as a broken glass, which actually, if you just came to me and said, Mum, I'm really sorry I broke the glass, that's the end of that story. Do you know what I mean? That is the end. I'm not punishing you for it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? As long as you didn't throw it at your brother and broke the glass.
This is my point, right? You're telling me now that you should beat the child for snitching, but then in the same breath, you're going to tell your child that they shouldn't lie to you. So what do you want?
Yeah.
No, you have to understand here is...
No, what do you want, bruv?
Well, let me finish, bro. Jesus.
What do you want, bruv?
So what I'm saying here is, the example you gave was that you would say what? To make the other two snitch out? How does it go again?
I'm like, if I don't find out who did it, you're all getting it.
Right. If they snitch at that point, for me, there is good and bad to take from that, or positive and negative.
Yeah.
The good thing is that they want to be honest. The bad thing is that they rolled over too easy.
Yeah.
They rolled over too easy.
But in the long run.
So yes, you should tell me. You should tell me about there should be some resistance.
The next time one of them does something like break a glass or whatever, they're going to come and tell me. They're probably going to run and tell me.
Yeah, see, for me, I don't know.
Good.
That's good. It's good from one side. But I'm thinking about them.
If they all know that if they do something wrong, they're gonna tell me, then it stops there. They stop doing stuff wrong. Not stop doing stuff wrong completely, but for instance, when they're older, like let's say one of them's getting bullied at school.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, do you know what? I feel like I need to take a knife to school because I'm getting bullied and blah, blah, blah. Right?
Yeah.
And the other two know, look, I'm getting bullied and you guys aren't around, help me, so I'm going to take a knife. Instead of them shutting up now, they know, do you know what? Rather than Mum finding out that you took a knife and we knew about it, we're just going to tell Mum now. The end.
Wouldn't you say maybe, or could it be argued that it's the other way around? That because parent is understanding to allow us to say things in our own time when we feel comfortable, that now we feel comfortable to tell Mum, something's happening with the other sibling that we feel you should know about, because we don't feel we're going to get punished because of joint enterprise.
No, because when they were young, if you let them just get away with, if you let them get away with all three of them are, what's it called? All three of them can just not be guilty because I couldn't figure out who it was, then, do you know what I mean?
But that is life though. That is actually life. No, you're lying.
No, that's a bad version of life.
No, what I'm saying to you is in the real world.
Yeah.
And I'm talking judicially here. When they can't prove it, everybody's innocent. When they can't prove it, that's how it works judicially.
No, when they can't prove anything. But if someone dies and they know all three of them were there, all three of them are going down.
I hear you.
Whereas if someone dies and the other two say straight away, we don't know what happened. Yes, we're his friend, but he just went and stabbed that guy. Only that guy goes down in the real world.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know why you justify lying over snitching. I don't care who.
Yeah.
I didn't justify. You didn't hear what I said. I said they rolled over too easy.
And so what?
Yeah,
I asked you a question straight away. You should tell me straight away.
Nah, maybe.
I'm your parent, so hold on. Because I want you to understand this. You're telling me now you want your children to hold out from telling you the truth. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm
to protect their own sibling.
No, I'm saying that they shouldn't roll over so easy.
They should.
What does that mean?
Effectively, yeah.
They should take the licks.
They shouldn't roll over so easy.
They should take a punishment for things they didn't do whilst protecting
and
the one that
to you.
did something.
And lying to you.
Hello.
No.
How many children you got?
3.
Would you say then, because we two just have one child, doesn't have any. Would you say that deep down inside, if let's say you saw something happen and you knew which one it was and you kind of lined them up and you said blah 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 and they all kind of defended each other, said, oh no, it wasn't us, or something like that, is it, as much as you might punish all 3 of them or whatever, deep down inside, do you feel a little bit of pride that at least they tried to back it for that the third person? There's nothing. There's no. At least I know my siblings care for each other to try, because they weren't doing it to save their own skin. Let's say they were doing it to save the skin of the third person.
That's what I'm getting at. Thank you, Stavros.
Is there no sense of at least, like at home, I don't like the fact they did it to me, but right. I know that at least when they go outside on the road, they're looking out for each other to an extent.
No, that's
the essence of what I'm speaking.
But that's not the case, though.
Because this is what I know. Yeah, this is what I know to be true, because I was a child and there was 7 of us, right?
All right.
So when somebody does something wrong and your mum comes in the room and says, who's done it? You are looking you are looking out for yourself. You have not said, look, we're going to cover for you or anything. So your mum says, who did it? And you are the first person to just say, I didn't. Right?
All right.
Then the next person, I didn't. You are hoping that the person that did it just says, I did it.
All right.
So you can go along your way.
Mm-hmm.
So when the third person or the person that did it says, I didn't do it, you're in your head, you're like,
oh shit.
Do you get what I mean?
Here we go again.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, go on.
So you haven't intentionally tried to protect your sibling. Your sibling just has decided to lie.
The example I gave you was that's what they'll do.
Okay, they're even then though. There's okay.
Yeah, but
okay,
it just doesn't
happen.
Like, I just don't think it happens like that.
Yeah,
it's never happened in my family when we were growing up.
Because usually it might be one is older than the other, and if they snitch on the older brother, he's gonna beat me up.
There are plenty of times.
I'm gonna get beat up regardless of whatever I do.
There are plenty of times where older sibling look out for younger sibling. You as a younger sibling wouldn't even know the times I've looked out for you, and don't bother asking me, but it will happen.
Okay, stuff.
It won't, not necessarily with the parents, because I ain't gonna cover your parents.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think yes, older siblings and siblings in general look out for each other. Like, do you know how many fights I got into for my little brothers and sisters?
But I mean, having to lie or
lies,
or to hide things.
Yeah, no, there's no need. To me, it's like, if you've done something wrong,
own it.
And I'm gonna, if you've done something wrong as my sister, whether you're older or younger than me, and there's a chance that I'm gonna get in trouble because you did something wrong, sorry, no, I'm telling.
Own it. Own what you did, man.
I'm definitely telling.
Right. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why blacks won't survive.
Shut up.
No, if we did that, we would survive.
The Jewish community will lie for each other. They will lie for each other.
But
they will lie for each other.
They'll lie for each other, but
I have been in a car accident with one Jewish person. There were 30 people that weren't there, all came and said they saw what happened after they spoke to him. Yeah?
But that's for each other.
We need that.
Yeah, but that's for each other, not for brothers and sisters.
That's the sibling. But what is each other if it's not brothers and sisters?
Blacks are the originals. Don't snitch.
No, actually, it's not.
Blacks are
don't snitching come from the police and the Italian mob.
No, that name.
That's where.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is, in general, in society, when you know a black person has done something wrong, that society tends to like not say anything.
What do you mean?
Other black people don't say anything.
Okay, yeah. They keep quiet.
I
don't think that's benefiting us.
Don't tell.
Yeah, so what's the problem?
That's very different to what I said to you. I said the Jewish community will ride for somebody who's in the Jewish community.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do. We don't know what happens when 2 Jewish brothers break a glass and it's only one of them that broke the glass and the mum asks.
Do you know what I said?
What happens within the Jewish community? I don't know outside. Within the Jewish community, if 2 Jews are having a beef and there's a third Jew that's there, that's the judge. Yeah. What happens then?
What is it about the word Jew that the minute it comes out of your mouth, it just sounds racist? Just sounds like you're going to be racist.
You've been programmed, didn't it?
Where 2 Jews, it just sounds like
you've just been programmed. That's
everybody's head just picks up in it. Yeah. Where 2 Jews do what?
Yeah, you've been programmed, boy.
No, but what happens then? Obviously, now
I don't know.
There's brother against brother, innit?
Jews are no different than everyone else. They're going to do the same thing that every other culture does. It's going to be an individual case-to-case basis.
Yeah,
exactly. So I don't know.
I think. Do you know what? I think that annoys me sometimes as well when people go, "That's the reason blacks won't," or they like something happens. Like there was a post in Facebook in one of the Facebook groups, and there was a child had been stabbed in, I can't remember where, but he was like a promising boxer.
Yeah.
And the person posted the article, but the status was while this is going on, blacks are more interested in who's lighter. What's that got to do with the article?
Them light-skinned people always causing grief.
But do you understand what I'm saying? No. But this guy was saying that black people are arguing with each other over who's lighter and who's darker, while this boxer guy got stabbed.
I don't know
what has one got to do with the other.
But that's the stupid people that just like to have stupid stats.
Yeah, but
maybe that might have just been in there. That potentially could have been something they've been just dealing with for the past week, 2 weeks, past month, and it's like there's been important things going on, and this is what I see everyone arguing about, and then I'll see it arguing about it just a minute ago, then I've come onto this topic, and the next topic people are still arguing about this light thing, and it's like, oh, this is the important thing.
Yeah, but you have to also remember that in that particular example you've given there, we all are subject to bubbles, isn't it? So if you're online in social media, a lot of the content that you're being exposed to is part of a bubble.
Yeah.
So if that person is in the bubble, like Stavros said, where they're seeing this light skin, dark skin argument come out all the time, and this event has happened, wow, that is on their timeline.
But the same way
when they push that out, they're pushing out in reaction to that. So for you now in your bubble, you might not have the light skin, dark skin going. It might be something else.
No. I'm not saying they don't both exist. And to be honest, I think like the light and dark skin thing, I think people just like make light of it. They make light of it by just kind of going, oh, why are you like, who cares who's light skin or dark skin? But actually it affects a lot of people very harshly. It can be the difference between you having a job and not having a job.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because you're darker, you've got a darker complexion. So, that's life and death then, right?
Yeah.
So somebody getting stabbed should, it bears the same, what's the word?
Wait.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because what I'm saying is the reason why the article's there for us to talk about it, like say, what's going on with our youth and blah, blah, blah. Why are they stabbing each other? Why do they think that life isn't important? Blah, blah, blah. And it's still to do with like the culture of whatever is going on with youth.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Light skin and dark skin thing is absolutely about culture and what's going on with youth, I would say.
I think it's not just youth, is it?
No, but I'm still saying, what I'm trying to say is the topic is something that's just has as much weight as the other, is what I'm trying to say. It's still a problem. It's a problem in the black community, but it shouldn't just be brushed aside because something else is going on.
Neither should be brushed aside, but I feel...
And it shouldn't be used to put on the top as a cherry on something as big as somebody getting stabbed. That's what I'm saying.
Unless he got stabbed for a light-skinned girl.
Yeah, but he didn't. He didn't.
Okay. Well.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you should, like, do we go, look what happened in Christchurch, and you've got women talking about how many shoes they've got? We don't, because it's ridiculous. Of course there's women that are going to talk about how many shoes they've got, but the thing in Christchurch happened, and the thing in Christchurch is a separate thing. So why are we doing it in the black community?
So in the black community, we conflate this argument with that argument, and we throw it all into
all the time.
All right. So, and you just feel that should be done.
And we also call other ethnicities. That's so badly to do. No. So like, for instance, there was another video. Black women got mistreated on American Airlines, right? She posted a thing. Underneath the post, people were saying, oh, this is so bad that this happened, blah, blah, blah. And the amount of people that kept going, that's why we should build our own airlines. And it's like, yeah, but in the meantime, we can't just not fly.
And even when you build
we shouldn't have to not fly.
Anyway. People still get mistreated on their own airlines regardless.
Yeah, but the point is, that shouldn't always be the answer to being mistreated. It should just be that we shouldn't be mistreated, full stop.
Yeah, I know, but there's people who just want to give you an answer, innit? They want to try and give a solution, regardless if that solution is...
Yeah, but it's a stupid solution because you're not... You got money to buy an airline?
They're not telling them they're going to do it. They
exactly.
said that's why we should do it as blacks.
Yeah, but you're still going to travel if you need to.
Can I actually jump on that point from that? Did everybody see? Well, I don't know if everybody saw it, but I'm a big Jay-Z fan. I don't know if not everyone else in there is a big Jay-Z fan. I don't know. Ola, you're a big Jay-Z fan? No. Stav's a Jay-Z fan. Simple's indifferent.
I only know about who Jay-Z is because of Beyonce.
Oh dear, Beyonce's husband.
Never. You're joking, isn't it?
Stedman.
No, I kind of knew who he was, but
there's a lot of people that call him.
I didn't listen to an album.
Beyonce's husband, boy. Right. But anyway,
I couldn't sing a song.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Or even know a song.
But you knew Jay-Z before Beyonce. God damn.
So yesterday he opened up a venue in America called Webster Hall, and I think it basically got closed down for renovations, and it was like a reopening. So he did a concert called for his B-sides, they call it.
What's Webster Hall?
It's like basically a music center,
like a space.
Yeah, musical basically.
Right. Okay.
So so he reopened it basically with doing his concert, but he did B-sides, so not the popular songs that on the albums, whatever, the ones that he wouldn't really perform normally.
Okay.
And as part of the performance, he did a freestyle. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody's heard the freestyle. Have you heard it, though? Am I the only one that's heard it? In fact, I could play it if you give me the book so I get it at some point. But in the freestyle, there's a mention where he says that we, basically black people, need to gentrify our own hood. Don't let other people do it. We should do it ourselves, and that sparks a debate online. Where people are like, what does that mean? How do you gentrify your own hood? What's that supposed to mean?
You get rid of the ratchets. Go on.
So I was when I do find it, I'll play it. But what do you think about that notion that we should be the ones that are invested? He was talking about Nipsey Hussle actually. So it was basically the freestyle. Most of it was about how we're supposed to be navigating and crabs in the barrel and whatnot. Then he mentioned Nipsey Hussle, and he was saying we need to gentrify our own hood. That's what Nipsey was doing. So what do you think of that notion?
Okay, I agree.
I agree, but I agree, and I agree with the concept, but I have to say, like, I still feel that there's some places, so where was it in LA? Nipsey Hussle's hood?
Crenshaw and Slauson.
Yeah. So, like, if you were to go in there, you've got people that come back into the hood and they're opening shops and whatnot, but are they helping other people to achieve their potential? Or are they just helping people to just live? Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's, for me, I guess a lot of people would say it's about empowering other people, and I don't even care.
Yeah,
about
but
that.
is that happening?
No, but I don't care about that. If it comes down to, is this community going to be run by us? So the money is going to go from this pocket into that pocket, i.e. all our own pockets. Let's say there's 5 of us here and it's just getting circulated within us, or it's going outside. So it goes 3, 1, 2, 3, and then it flips off. Now the money's gone elsewhere. Then I don't really care if I'm empowering everyone. I think the empowerment is that the money is just circulating between us. That is a form of empowerment. Before we get to the point of then we raise the next person up or we raise the next level up.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, is it a thing where, let's say, a 5-year time span, the people that are coming back to the hood with their money, are they just making money off the same people that the white people or other ethnicities made money off the black community?
Yes, anyways.
Or, do you understand what I'm saying?
There's no, that's it. Yes.
So, but that...
What's wrong with that?
But gentrification, I don't know how we describe gentrification. Isn't gentrification where they take an area, they basically improve it and then get rid of the people that's already there? Yeah,
but so I guess what he's saying is instead of improve it. But so, for instance, because now you're trying to improve the area, but you're also doing it for your community. The first line of call should be, for instance, the homeless in that community.
Potentially, or it could just be buying the buildings that you've got, making them better for the people that are already living there, and letting those people rent those. Yeah,
but that means you still got the homeless.
Well,
this is a separate issue.
No, because your community includes the homeless that are in that community. Yeah. So if you help the homeless,
okay, but let's say I don't help the homeless, and they have to go, and they're still homeless, but now they're living around people that don't give 2 issues about.
Yeah, but then you're just doing what gentrification that white people do when they gentrify a place. You're just doing that, but with black people.
Okay.
because eventually what will happen is everyone gets better housing, gets better, but the homeless people are still there. So everyone's like, the only thing that's missing to make this place perfect is getting rid of the homeless people.
I think what you've done is you've taken out the outlier. I think in terms of gentrification, it's not. Okay, all right. You know, actually, all right. Let's stick with that. All right. There's two ways of looking at it. So there's the one way you can say that there's this form of gentrification, an ideal, if we're looking at it as empowering and staying ourselves. So maybe what Jay-Z is talking about, where we deal with what Ola's discussing, whereas it's not just we deal with the fact that because I think with gentrification, you take an area, or you find an area that is on its way down, you then take that downward trend. Maybe you might even help perpetuate it for your own ends, because now I can buy land and whatnot for cheap, build on it, and then sell it at an inflated price that the people that were there before cannot afford, which is why that's the reason it was going down in the first place, because you couldn't afford to keep it. You couldn't afford to keep it up. That's why it was going down in price. So now that it's up, you have to move out, and the people that move in are more affluent people, usually people that don't look like you. So maybe one way of looking at it is that these affluent people are people that look like you. So let's make a Black Wall Street, but we just so happen to now be the black affluent people. So we are still moving out the poor people and the homeless people.
That's what I'm saying.
Irrespective of whether they look like us or not. Or I was assuming, especially seeing as we're talking about Nipsey Hussle, maybe you don't know so much about Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, no,
it's not just about because you mentioned Nipsey Hussle specifically, I haven't heard the pod. Maybe we should listen to the thing first. Yeah,
But what I'm trying to say is, I don't know whether, even though I know Nipsey Hussle came into his community and did stuff for his community, I don't know if that's the situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know if there's still people living in squalor. Just because Nipsey Hussle has a shop and put money into whatever doesn't mean there's not homeless people still suffering.
But I think what you've done is, which I would take, I would just say, if you're talking about homeless, that's like maybe that's the hardest of the hardest, or the easiest of the easiest to deal with. Yeah. I don't know, because I actually think homelessness.
But in gentrification, what tends to happen is the new people that move in, they would use their money to, let's say, set up a homeless shelter, but not in their area. So it would be like the next town. So then they'd say to the homeless people, look, we're helping you, go and look, this lovely shelter, but it's over there. The homeless person, why would they not go and have free shelter instead of sleeping on the street?
Well, so then that's it. I wouldn't see the issue with that anyways.
Yeah, but do you understand what I'm saying?
Me personally, if I move into an area and there's bare homeless people,
but really, we should tackle the reason they're homeless.
But that's
not move
different.
them somewhere else.
Okay, but I can't fight every fight.
No, but I'm just saying. All I'm doing is asking the question. So does Nipsey Hussle tackle homelessness, or does he just move the homeless or does he just leave them as they are?
I think he tackled plenty of things. The fact we're focusing on just homelessness, I just think. No,
I'm just asking. As an example,
I don't know whether he tackled homeless,
because I know everyone's saying, "Oh, Nipsey Hussle gave back to the community, and he was
he gave people jobs.
He did a lot.
So he gave people opportunity.
But like no one's really elaborated on how that happened.
He didn't just own the shop. He owned the whole complex.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't just him. It was him and other people.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you saying that the people that worked in those jobs are the jobs? The people that worked in those buildings.
Okay, from my limited knowledge, I know that he hired people that were either reformed this or that, or and put them in the stores.
Okay.
I know that he set up things for children to do that will keep them off the street, so play schemes
like
and whatnot.
Youth clubs and stuff.
And then I know he set up STEM things, so educational centers where it's called Vector 90 if anybody wants to search for it, where he would basically get the community people to come in that would never learn about STEM stuff, science, tech, math, and what's the E stand for again?
Engineering, innit?
Engineering, yeah.
Right,
so these things that, where people go to certain type of schools to get this, where they don't have the opportunity to do that. You come here and it's free. There's open planning. There's computers here that you can use. You can go to this room for meetings if you want to do yada yada yada. And this is where you can come and do these kind of things where you wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity in this area.
Yeah.
So as much as he's not necessarily focusing on homelessness per se, I haven't heard anything about that specifically.
That sounds like he probably did as well. No, that's fine. I just didn't know enough to be able to say, oh, Nipsey Hussle, he was amazing, because I didn't know in what way he was amazing. Because some people would go, oh my God, there's a really, like, let's say they used to be in that area, now they're not, let's say a celebrity or whatever. They see a property in that area that's serving like all the black community, let's say, and they would just go, oh, business opportunity, buy the shop, sell the stuff to the black community, and people would look at that like, there's a 7-Eleven with everything you could want under one roof and it's black owned, and they'd all rush to buy, but they're not necessarily doing anything else apart from those staff members that are working in that shop.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not necessarily oh my God, you're amazing. They are still just a person that is making money from the black community.
Why not a black person make the money from the black community instead of us giving the money outside of our community constantly? So there's nothing wrong with that.
But what I'm saying is, it's just the end person that gets the money is that black person.
So
that's what I'm saying.
No, what's wrong with that?
So, but what I'm saying is, the only difference is one person.
Yeah,
as in a white man. If a white man bought that same shop and did the same thing, it's just that one white person.
Yeah. So the extension is that black person who has bought the shop. Where does that black person spend their money? That's where the question.
But that's what I mean. Like, who knows?
That's the next question.
Maybe because now they've got a lot of money, they're not spending it back in the black community.
But we can't make that assumption.
Yeah, but
so the whole.
Well, you can, because you know that they're going to buy a Lamborghini. Let's say.
Okay.
Lamborghini's not black owned.
There are a plethora of purchases that will be made that would not even be considered to be ostentatious or anything, that will be outside of the
inside the black community.
Will be outside of the black community, just because we don't make those things.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
I'm saying to you is, outside of that, where you would have to find out where the rest of that person's money is going. So you're saying it doesn't make a difference. And
no, I didn't say it didn't make a difference. I just said the end result, which is the person that owns the shop. The person that owns the shop, whether they're black or white, it's just that one person, if they're not doing anything for the community itself.
Yeah, but
is what I'm saying.
What you have to understand is, if that person is black as opposed to being white, money has now moved 2 legs within the black community.
Yeah.
Not even just that, you have to think of it as well as, if you see a black person in a position where you tend to not see a black person, that automatically inspires others to believe that they can actually do that.
Absolutely.
On its own. So,
but then it also inspires them to look at, like, an example, that person is now a multimillionaire because they opened that shop, and they've opened shops all around, right? But they're going to spas run by white people because there isn't spas run by black people.
You're hard to please, aren't you?
No, but I'm just saying, I'm giving an example that in the end...
You keep finding the worst example to give.
But again, so in what you're saying, the question now becomes, if I bought that shop as a black person, because I've identified there's loads of black people around there and they're going to spend their money and I'm going to make that money for them. Boom. What stops me from identifying another business within that same area that those black people are going to go and spend that?
Yeah.
So then I open,
or encouraging other people to open up businesses of higher quality.
But for each time I do that, that money is staying within the black community.
Yeah.
So why? I don't understand why you're saying it doesn't.
No. I'm saying that you have to make sure that when you see a black business in a black community, that it's just not a black face that's still going to put the money eventually out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, the inevitable thing here is money will leave your community. That's the inevitable thing. What we are trying to do is we are trying to create as many, I want to say obstacles, but it's not the right word, but
loops and cycles within the community.
Within the community before that money leaves.
Yeah.
So at the moment,
but not everybody's doing that. That's the thing.
Yeah, but that's what we're working towards.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying when you look at a black business, you still have to have that in your mind that, okay, great, it's a black business and it's inspiring, but it doesn't necessarily mean that because it's a black business that the money is coming back into the black community.
All right, so you're a photographer.
Yeah.
If I say I want to hire Ola the photographer because she's a black photographer, do I then need to be worrying about where you buy your cameras, because you're not going to buy it from a black camera person?
No.
Which is what you're asking us to do.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying that, but let's say you set, or let's say a big majority of the black community were like, oh my gosh, Ola's a fantastic photographer.
Ola?
I know.
I was going to say. Say her name, put some respect on her name.
Ola's a fantastic photographer and we're going to now just hire her, and, you know, she's got this business and it's inspiring for other black photographers, right?
Yes.
There's nothing, as much as like it's inspiring and all the rest of it, there's nothing to stop me with all my millions of pounds, because you lot have all seen my black face and you're like, yeah, great. There's nothing stopping me from then using that money and only spending it in non-black establishments.
Yeah. Yes, but you're also, I don't know. I feel like.
But what will make you probably even more want to hire me is if you knew already. Well, actually, she does a program for young photographers to encourage them to be photographers.
I don't care.
Did you say you don't care?
I don't care. Listen,
care?
during my wedding, because that's your business, it's not my business. My business is like, I'm gonna deal with the one link, and I understand that. Don't get me wrong, there are bigger links. So you could say, I'm not giving money to this company because they test on animals, or I'm not giving to this company because they pollute the world, stuff like that. It's not that there is no social responsibility. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes down to very small business people, yeah, and I see that you're trying to thing and you're good at your job, I'm not just gonna give you money just because you're black. But I know with my wedding, I had black photographer, I had black videographer, I had black caterers, I had black everything that I could do. Because you're just black, so let me give you the money rather than give the money to someone else.
Absolutely.
I'm not watching what you're doing now. I'm too busy doing my own stuff.
Yeah, but that's in general. But I'm talking about, like we were talking about, somebody that comes and opens up something big in the black community.
Yeah, but he's giving you as an example, a small business person that you run your own business.
Yeah.
So every week we seem to have another black woman that runs her own business. You are one, and I think that we're bringing you here we're not just promoting your thing, but we are happy to have black women. And it seems to be more or less the black women that are running their own business, and we have you here. You can big up your thing at the end, so people hopefully they don't skip through it because you get me. And people will hire you because like, yes, here's another black person that we want to support. If they start, I just don't see why I need to start then watching what you're doing. If you're a big multi-million-dollar company and it's like you got tons of money, I could give my money to you with tons of money, or you with tons of money, and you don't use your money socially correctly, and you do, then I get it.
Yeah.
But you on your onesies that's just trying to buy a house in a nice area or something like that, then let me just give you the money.
Yeah, fine. That's fine.
So somebody that's,
but I guess it's just being aware.
Instead of packs, it's AFs.
I'm not saying
like, what are you doing? Yeah, you're the black-owned hair shop, but now I need to know what you're doing with that money. No, I don't need to know what you're doing with that money. You're the black-owned one, yeah. So I'm going to give you the money rather than packs. No offense to whoever's running packs, but if I see that there's a black person that's running the shop, I'm telling you this very now. I will buy my Dax hair grease from the black-owned one than the Indian-owned one,
and they would too.
So that's the end of it. Yeah. And for me, that's the end of it. I understand. I think once it gets to certain levels, then we have to worry about stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
But I just don't.
I'm talking about, but it's about being aware. It's not about saying don't do it. I'm saying just be aware of what you're doing.
Yes. Okay, that's fine.
Because I guess my thing is, don't laugh. I've seen, like, for instance, not even necessarily well-known musicians, for instance, and they're on the Instagram or whatever, and they're like,
they're
on the gram, and you know, you're seeing them going to a jeweler's, for instance. Oh yeah, I'm getting this chain, or I'm getting a ring, I'm getting diamonds, or I'm getting this, and none of them are black. I'm not saying there aren't black jewelers, but the black jewelers that they're barling and showing all their stuff are not black. But so it's like at the end, they got money for whatever gig, and the next step was to they pushed it out straight away.
That's the point. That's what he's trying to say about the regentrify your community, to have people buying the buildings that are in the communities, or maybe buying the blocks. So a big thing that he says is that if you're going to be a drug dealer, do something with your money. Basically is what he will say, like, invest it.
Yeah.
Go and buy housing. Go and do this. Go and do that. Do something for your community. If you're going to be doing whatever you're doing and you find money, do something with your community.
Yeah, but I think that's right.
Yeah, so the same thing with people that have clean money. You know, try and reinvest in your community. So what he's talking about when he's saying regentrify your community, I believe what he's saying is improve your community inside. Don't let somebody else come and improve your community and then kick you out of it.
Okay, let's hear what the man has to say for himself.
Okay, you ready?
Go ahead.
Gentrify your own hood before these people do it. Claim eminent domain and have your people moving. That's a small glimpse into what Nipsey was doing. For anybody still confused as to what he was doing. The neighborhood designed to keep us trapped. They redlined it so property declines if you live by blacks. They depress the asset and take the property back. It's a ruthless but a genius plan in fact. So now we fighting on the scraps. Crabs in the barrel, but crabs don't belong in the barrel. They ain't never tell us that. So in the barrel, we gonna act like we act. We can easily get out the barrel if we
So I only got a 42 technically. I ain't got a 40.
So why didn't you stop me before there was a natural?
How could I not? The one I heard before was a bit longer than that.
Yeah,
Full clip.
Yeah.
I like that bit about crabs in a barrel, but they never told you, crabs are not meant to be in a barrel in the first place.
But do you get that sometimes in the black community we do act like crabs in a barrel?
Yeah, of course.
Are you not acting like the person on the Facebook profile that says what we're talking about light skinned people now?
Jay-Z just mentioned crabs in a barrel, and I said, do you think that sometimes we act like crabs in a barrel?
I feel everybody sometimes acts like crabs in a barrel.
You know,
every community
give me an
does.
example.
Do you know what's so funny? You see this term, crabs in a barrel.
Yes.
We've accepted it as being some type of reality. Fair enough, right? But have any of you actually watched Crabs in a Barrel?
Yeah.
And what
They're all
happened?
clambering over each other to get out.
Remember that in the corner near Hackney Central where they used to have the little fish store?
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Crabs there in a bucket.
I guess the thing is
I've never watched.
You can put crabs in a bucket where if they worked as a team, they could easily climb out because they can climb.
Yeah.
But they don't climb out. They fight each other.
Yeah, so
That's the
only
point.
one comes out.
None of them. No, that's the point. None of them come out.
No, but they're trying to. They're trying to.
Yeah, but the point is
if a crab stands on-
not even one comes out.
Well,
Because
the
you're
top crab could easily get out if there's enough crabs in the barrel. It's true though.
I'll give up.
If there's enough crabs,
you win.
and you climb to the top,
You win.
You could get out.
You win. You win.
Every now and again, a crab gets out the barrel.
Okay,
And then closes the lid.
I don't think there's a lid.
Or whatever it is.
It's just a tall barrel.
Yeah, whatever. Just make sure that no one else can get out after. That's all.
So to this
day
to go off this kind of topic where we're discussing people not dealing with their community well, not this gentrification. There is a thing that we can discuss, and there is a Chinese businessman who has become a chief in Nigeria.
It can happen.
Did it really happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard him.
Who made him a chief?
He speaks small Hausa.
Northerners, isn't it?
Yeah. So in North Nigeria, he's been turbaned or he's been crowned chief. Now, this is the Kano region. How do you pronounce it?
Kanu
region, Kano region of Nigeria.
Mm.
Now, he's been in the country, I believe it's about 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been in Nigeria.
Don't care if he's fucking born there.
But I mean, when I heard the first thing, I was like, "What? And then when I heard more, I heard more, and then it kind of made a little bit of sense. So what it is that he can't sit with the traditional African elders in their meetings.
Good.
It's almost like I guess being crowned a chief. Being crowned a chief is basically it's a ceremonial thing, but he is allowed to liaise between the Chinese and the Nigerians, as he is now, in essence, he's the head of the Chinese in that region of Nigeria. He is he's a spokesperson for the Chinese. So because they have business links and obviously they're coming there to do their business, the elders of the tribes in that community will discuss things with him. It's like, we don't need to speak to your minions or to your... He's a businessman. He's very popular. He's a very, big businessman, but apparently he's revered, or he's known without the community because he's done stuff in the community. He's not just come there, raped it, and gone about his business. He's been there, like I said, longer than I've ever spent in Nigeria. And as far as they're concerned, as much as obviously he's bringing in these people to do his thing, they are happy with the way he's doing it, to the point where they're saying, we need somebody to discuss things when we need this. We don't want you to move into this land. We don't, such and such land. You're the person that we're holding up. His people put him up to be put up as the person, and they accepted it, and they said, yes, we understand this person, and that's that. So what do you feel about that? 'Cause Ola, you don't look happy at all.
I just think it's so much bullshit. Right. So, a Nigerian businessman goes to China and he wants to do loads of business in China. Does he then get some sort of traditional royalty, samurai, whatever? No, it doesn't. And most of the time, he probably can't even do business in China.
He says samurais. That's even Japanese.
That is him there.
Yeah.
His name is...
But you know what I mean, though? It's like, it just seems that African countries
Mike
are
Zhang.
just so open to kind of go, come in. Oh, we don't want to look after our poor. So if you do that for us, what we'll do is we'll give you control of like whatever it is. Do you think they're that stupid that then they don't know? They don't have a bigger plan. They don't have a bigger plan.
What's the bigger plan?
Funding.
Well, the more little bits they do, the more control they gain. Correct?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that.
So, for instance, right? So you've got lots of people in poverty. Okay, you come in as a Chinese businessman, and you now create some sort of homes for these people, like running water, electricity that doesn't turn off, all the rest of it, right?
All right.
Those people now are they grateful to the government that hasn't done this for years? No, they're grateful to the Chinese guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Down the line, where what's the word? Where politics opens up and allows Chinese representatives, because I'm pretty sure they probably allow him. Oh yeah, why not?
It's him, innit? That's what the reason why they did it.
Yeah,
they can be a representative.
You don't think that they'll be like, well, actually, he's done more for us than the Nigerian government.
Get rid of the Nigerian.
Let's vote for him.
Zhang will be president of Kanu in a minute or whatever they're doing. But
you don't think so?
I think
no. I see that as a So what they call that, a slow moving coup.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, I completely agree with what Ola's saying. There is no way that any Bola, Kule or whatever is going to China and suddenly they're coming any form of what they got there. They got their presidents. They got their what's good. Did
you know the new version of Karate Kid? The black man went there to
fight.
Yeah, and then they crowned him.
Crowned him what? Karate Kid.
I don't know, but he was just
yeah, you had to fight first, and it was just one.
Innit? But yeah, they're not gonna make you any form of leader or anybody with any form of substance in their region. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, the fact that you've got Chinese restaurants in Nigeria that are saying no, we don't allow Nigerian people in the restaurant. Did you not hear about that?
No.
There was this Chinese restaurant, and they had bouncers at the door, Nigerian bouncers.
Hey, Kunle.
And if you were like a black American with, if you're a black American, you could go in. If you were anything other than a Nigerian native, you couldn't go. You could go in.
Wow, no blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
And when asked, the bouncer was like, "Look, you know, they hire me to, you know what I mean? That's the rules, sorry." And then I think they did some sort of like stood outside, boycotted it and stuff like that.
They didn't burn it down like they would have done at church or something.
No, they did. I know there was something big, like, I don't know if they burnt it down, but they did something big.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
That's madness. Well, the Chinese are there. They can do what they want. That's how they're seeing it. And eventually, they started off with their tippy-toeing. Oh, what can we see what we can do? Then they had a little Chinatown in Lagos, which they've got. Oh, we got a Chinatown. That's cool. Then they started to say, okay, we can do a little bit more. And then they said, you know what? We can do what we want now. They just do what they want. And we're aiding and abetting it.
There's not a proper procedure in place, is there?
It is not just Africa.
This happening.
The Chinese is
everywhere.
But in other countries, there's laws and procedures and governance. In Nigeria, especially, there doesn't seem to be that. Like, even you guys were saying when you drove, like, if someone stops you, you give them a bit of money, you can go on your way.
Yeah, but I've been to other countries and I've done the same thing.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is,
I will cuss Africa and Nigeria like anybody else, but I'm not putting stuff on Nigeria that's not the same other places.
Yeah, but I'm still saying that countries like Nigeria, then, instead of saying just Nigeria, they still have a problem with people being able to access what they want without repercussion or just throwing money at it. So, for instance, they can just go and get land for very little money, build their Chinese restaurant and open it up to tourists.
Yeah, in other countries there'll be a long process before they would even be allowed to go.
Like, why?
Do they even have work visas? Yeah. Do they even have all of this stuff?
You're saying that, but when China was doing that push to give money to many of the countries in Africa, and most of them went, I forget that. I think there was 2 that put us down and said, we're not going, we don't want your money. But I was doing my own little research, probably maybe just to talk on the podcast, I can't remember. But it wasn't just Africa. No. China is doing things all over the place.
Because they're the richest economy.
So my point is what we are finding it interesting. We are taking it personally because we are Nigerians. But there are other people in other countries that don't look anything like us that are saying the same thing.
Yeah,
America's saying it.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, even in the UK.
I'm talking poorer countries, not just...
No, but in the UK, a lot of the expensive penthouses are owned by Chinese. Yeah, but then they're also owned by other ethnicities as well.
But no, in London, there's a massive percentage of the houses in London that are owned by Chinese.
Yes, I'm just saying.
No, but
Are you repeating?
yes, I know what you're saying, but then.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
So then why are you rubbishing
for
it?
them to because what I'm saying is, for them to own those houses, they still had to go through a process. They didn't just come and they didn't just get on a plane.
But
they
didn't get on a plane at all. You don't need to be on a plane to buy.
Yeah, but you still have to go through processes to buy
that everyone else
house.
has to go to. They don't need to go for any extra hoops. That is why government is now bringing in stuff about they're adding on the extra.
So you saying that it's the same for a Nigerian, the process. Whatever, like if a Nigerian wanted to do the same thing as a Chinese person in Nigeria, they'd be able to do it.
What you have to understand here is, and I think we're maybe overlooking it, is that this has a lot to do with money.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily because they're Chinese. It's just, it doesn't matter what society you're in. It doesn't matter what society you're in. Whether there's process and procedure that you have to go through or not. Mm-hmm. If you have more money to do the process or procedure, it will be quicker than somebody who doesn't have the money.
That's very true.
That's simple.
But if two people are on equal footing and one happens to be Nigerian and one happens to be Chinese, in Nigeria, I believe they'll allow the Chinese person a bit more leeway than the Nigerian.
Possibly, but I think that's the same with anyone
that's not black.
That's because they're not
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's because they're not of equal footing, though.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, but even,
you're talking about cash. I'm talking about financially. They're on equal footing.
But
they've both got the same amount of money. Because you mentioned, I'm talking about exactly what you're talking about regarding cash and getting things to be done quicker and speedier. Yeah. And I'm mixing it with what Ola was saying, where they're saying that the Chinese are getting allowed to do certain things that other people are not.
Yeah.
Right. If they're both on equal footing financially, the Chinese person will probably get more of leeway than the Nigerian person.
Yes, and that's not because of what you're saying. That's because you're saying you try to make it on equal footing so they've both got the same amount of money. But because that person is Chinese, you have potential access to more Chinese.
That's what she's saying.
But
she's saying that they're not allowing, they Chinese are getting away with things and doing things that Nigerians would not be able to do in their own country. That's what she's trying to explain.
Yeah.
The same richness you're talking about, yeah?
In regard to anything.
No, but you can't say in regard.
Okay, even the same richness, then it don't make no difference. Chinese are being able to do.
Are you telling me somebody?
Go on.
Somebody. So let's talk about what's a village that's got like a market in Nigeria.
Every village has got.
Oh, name one.
Is it? I can't pronounce it properly. I do a leg bar.
Okay, so if I went there, and I was like, do you know what? I'll just stay in like a little B&B. I won't go to the resort.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, Sally went there and was like, do you know what? I want to experience Nigeria. I'm just going to go to the same B&B. You telling me that I'm going to get treated differently from Sally?
Depends on the way you speak, mate.
Exactly.
I'm going to speak like this. I'm going to speak like I speak.
They might give you, you'll get more privilege than the average Nigerian.
Yeah. No, but we're not talking about the average Nigerian. We're talking about white Sally and black Ola.
Well, it depends who owns it. Because if I own it, you're all getting treated the same.
You don't own it because you don't live there, love.
Yeah, but I'm saying I just.
It's just a random Nigerian owns it.
Yeah, I think when you're doing that,
and I'm not talking about just the B&B. I'm talking about the area itself.
When you're doing that, I think it's more of a generalization. When we're talking about the government, then being can be a bit more.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, do you not think culturally in Nigeria people treat white people a lot better? Like it's like, oh, welcome, the white person.
Yeah, but culturally, everybody treats the white people better.
That's in every land, apart from the whites.
Yeah, but that's the don't you think that's the problem?
Yeah,
of course it's a problem.
Yeah,
but then it's a blanket. Then goes back to my point earlier on. Then it's a blanket problem. It's not just a problem with Nigerians. It's not just a problem with blacks. It's just a problem.
I'm sure Chinese people make the same complaint about white people in China. I'm sure.
Well, China was maybe the one place I would say maybe it's that.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's one of the places. But I haven't been to China, so I don't know.
Maybe not so much now, but previously, white person in China would be treated with the utmost amount of respect.
Yeah, back in the day.
Because
but when I say back in the day,
I say back in the day, I'm not talking about back in the day. I'm talking about maybe 15 years ago. They would have been treated. I've seen documentaries about it where Chinese people at normal human level, not ultra rich.
Yeah.
But they still do it now.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not as much now because the economic shift is such that they don't have to have that subservient.
The Chinese have they feel they have self-worth now.
But they still
self-worth. Sorry,
but
10, 15 years ago, a white person going to China would be treated a lot better than a Chinese person there, the average Chinese person there. And in business especially, they were treated particularly well because their market was the one that the Chinese wanted.
But we're talking about in general, yeah? Because if we're saying in general, they still, all their images, all the way that they look, all the way that they do, it's still imaged on the white man, isn't it? Yes?
What do you mean?
Well, look, when they do look at manga, like manga's an example. If you notice on manga, they make sure the people's eyes are wider and they got blonde hair, blue eyes and blah, blah, blah and certain things. Okay. Because that's what they call the ideal. They still look up to them.
Okay, but you know the society in China is
separatist.
No, is it
communist and separatist society.
So where in other communities, other countries where they have communism, they say, you know, we want to. All right, other countries they say we want to be more like the West. In China, even the layman in China knows that we only have like Chinese internet. They don't have Google in China because there is no. We don't want Google. There's no Facebook in China. They have all their own insular things. They understand that there's these things out there. They may be using VPNs to get out there, but they know that this is all we have. We sell Chinese cars. We do Chinese internet. We do Chinese this, Chinese that. They understand the things out there. And most people's like, we want to do what, and the Chinese like, no, we are happy doing that. That is the stage they've got to now.
No, that's the government. No.
The people are now happy to, because
are they?
Yes.
Are they? Have you been to what's it called? Vista Village quite recently?
Yeah, that's
what's that got to do with anything?
Have you seen them looking like they're looking to buy Chinese there?
No, that's something different. That's something different.
About?
The Chinese.
Yeah,
do you know why they're there in Vista Village like that? Because you cut those brands can't be sold in China.
So they're not happy then, are they?
No, they just go back and make extra money off of those brands.
Them not out there buying up the thing.
In China, they have
iPhone the thing.
100% tax on
iPhone is
on certain goods that are not built in China. So clothes is one of them, fashion. But the reason they come over here and they buy so much clothes
but for an example, in China there are no Western, as in white, or any other country owned wholesale factories, for instance.
Exactly.
But a lot of people will visit the factory to get their brand made in the factory. Yeah. Right? So it's still, the money's still in China. Because I'm pretty sure it's not because someone just hasn't done it. I'm pretty sure there are rules.
No, you can't
owning.
Yeah, you
wholesale.
can't. You can't. No, not just wholesale. You can't get a business in China unless you're Chinese or married to somebody who's Chinese.
This is what Ola's saying about Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying. So if that's the case in China, why can't that be the case in Nigeria?
But when I said it was a blanket rule, and then you mentioned China, I said China's one of the few places where I would say it's not like that. Then Wahala has his own argument that there are certain things that they do try and whiteify themselves, and maybe but structurally.
But my example was Nigeria, and then you said but China does that everywhere. But it's not about whether China does it everywhere. It's about African or black predominant countries being very open and welcoming to other ethnicities coming in and basically taking over.
Yeah, but that's partly because I'm gonna.
It's the vulnerability, isn't it?
I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but it's because in a lot of those examples, the country, the institution that is open and welcome, hasn't done anything. And I say anything, I mean they haven't made great leaps or bounds in engineering, in mechanics, in technology, in any of those core areas.
Yeah.
So every outside prospect potentially looks more fruitful than what they currently have, which is part of the reason why they will have that welcoming nature.
Yeah.
The reason why it's not happening to a degree with other places is because China ain't worried about infrastructure stuff. They're the best at it. I think people don't realize what it takes to be able to build things at a scale that is going to support a 1.7 billion population.
Yeah.
Us in the Western world do not have any idea of how to fathom that because it's not a real problem. The biggest Western population we have is 300 and something million people. That is still like 4 or 5 times smaller than China. So when Chinese think about building something, they're considering things that we don't even know how to consider yet. So they don't have this idea of, we need you to come and or have the same level of open arms. Mm-hmm. They understand finance in a very different way than everybody else does. there was a period of time where China was just like everywhere else, like come and build here. That's why all the factories are there in the first place, because they were like, well, you know what, we've got the numbers, we've got the people, we've got the know-how.
Yep.
These are the factories, you can do it all over here. They have gone through that renaissance, if you like, whereas a lot of the other places in the world haven't, and they haven't been allowed to, because we also have to take into account that there is economic war that's going on here. Yeah. So as much as we have the corrupt leader problem and all the rest of it, there is also this economic drain that has happened in certain regions of the world.
But then don't you not think that's got to do with, so for instance, when you said about engineering and things like that, like obviously not everybody in Nigeria, for instance, gets educated elsewhere. So for instance, the greatest engineer in Nigeria, the chance of them staying in Nigeria is pretty slim, because where they work, you know, like, is there enough opportunity for that great engineer to work in Nigeria
with the Chinese
and not go to? No, but
that's the point. The Chinese will now allow that opportunity for them to be there.
No, yeah, but I don't believe that to be true. I believe that the engineer qualifies, becomes great, can't move any further, or there's no Nigerian company willing to pay him more. He gets headhunted by other companies around the world, and then goes
potentially. But now with the Chinese being there and they're pumping money in, they might say to the Chinese people might say, we can pay you more, stay in Nigeria, but work for the Chinese company instead of working for the Nigerians, but does you stay in your own country? Right. It could happen that way. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
I don't think it's happened that way. I think first and foremost, the Chinese people that open up, whether it's tech companies or engineering or whatever, they are bringing over their staff.
Yeah, that's true.
They're bringing over their staff. I'm not saying they're not going to use any Nigerian workers, but it won't be for top jobs. Then, second of all, if they do give Nigerian workers work, you really think they're not going to go on what the economic plane is? It's the same as me hiring Indian people.
Yeah.
Over here.
But the Chinese don't.
What, are you assuming you're going to pay them less?
No, I'm going to pay them over there. Sorry, I'm going to pay them what their normal wage is. I'm not going to pay them what the wage is in the UK if I'm in India.
So then, how do you separate your offering? Because they're getting that normal wage anyway. So why?
Yeah, so maybe I'll pay them a little bit more, but I'm not going to pay them what they could get paid in the UK.
Okay, yeah, obviously.
So if they've got a choice of going to the UK to work or staying with me in India, they're going to go to the UK.
No, but if you're the best of what you're doing, it might cost me more money to import somebody from China to come to Nigeria to come and work for me than to use the Nigerian worker that's there now. And I'll be able to give them enough money. I don't need to house them because they've got their own housing. I don't need to teach them the culture and the language because they already know it. I already know that they've got the skills enough to do what they need to do. Me even putting a black face in my company makes other people like us and make me chief. There's enough benefits for them to
in an ideal world you're talking about.
No, that's not ideal world. That's very practical.
It's practical, but it's not going to happen.
No, listen. From the little bit that I've observed when it comes to taking over a place, you always need a token of the
a
token.
But a token is a token. A token is like when you're showing other people around your amazing new villages that you've set up. I've been watching a lot of this, by the way. You know, you're showing people who have these flats and blah, 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 blah. But you're not showing, oh, actually, do you know what? We look at this area, it used to be full of homeless people and we cleared it. And now, you know, these homeless people are working in our factory or whatever. Like, they're just getting pushed somewhere else.
You have to, okay, so here's what I would say. You've brought up the theme of homeless people at least 3 or 4 times in this conversation. So I get the idea that it's something that you're quite passionate about.
Not really.
So, no. But my thing is, when you're talking about building up societies, and even if we go back to the Nipsey Hussle example and the gentrifying your own community, it sounds bad, but you don't actually start with the homeless people. You start with the people who are what they say living below the breadline. So those are people that are in accommodation, they have a roof over their head, but they don't have enough money to live a life that would allow them to have the comfort of knowing that tomorrow's meal is a guaranteed. You work with those people first. You don't work with the homeless people first.
Yeah, but I'm telling you,
the homeless people are the last people that you work with.
But China aren't working with those people.
All right. Okay.
Because have you seen the video that
right.
details?
All right.
Hang on. hang on, one last thing. Have you seen the video that details what China have got in store for Nigeria?
No, I haven't. No.
So, for instance, basically, there's like an area, like let's say an edge of an island, and they're making this into work infrastructure, tourist infrastructure, homes, new roads, like skyscrapers, the lot, right? It looks amazing. It looks really good. You're like, amazing. But what they've done is they said, look, Nigerian government, you don't have to do anything. We've got this. Not only have we got this, it's only going to cost you this much money, but you don't have to pay us yet. You don't have to pay us. We just do everything. We'll put the money forward, and then, it will be done and it will be amazing for Nigeria. It will bring more tourism in and blah, blah, blah. Right? But eventually, you don't think they're going to call that debt back.
Of course they will.
Exactly. When they want something, once the place is all built and it's all buzzing and everything.
Oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, resources, isn't it?
Yeah, but
they'd be doing what the white man did. They're doing it again.
Yeah, but they're just doing it differently.
Yeah.
What the white man would have done was taken over the place where the oil is, gone and pumped it out, and no one got
because
anything.
you could do that without having to go this way round it.
No, but I'm saying to you that the Chinese could do that. Because it hasn't been made illegal yet. There's still people doing it everywhere. The difference is, what the Chinese have understood is this. We can rob you, but we can rob you the way the white man robs you.
Yeah, but do you know why the Chinese can't do that? Why they can't just go and open a mine or all the rest of it? Do you know why they can't?
There isn't anything stopping them from doing it.
Yeah, but the reason why they can't is because British and Americans already own those mines and those wells and all the rest of it.
You're talking as if there aren't more wells. There are more wells. But the point I'm making here is they have combined the idea of Western colonialism with the idea of Western society. So you live in the UK. By all measures, things are good for you or what have you. But in reality, what happens here is you get robbed, but because everything around you works, is functioning, because you feel like you have some type of level of safety net, you are less angry than somebody who's just getting robbed.
Can I put it the crudest way possible?
Go on.
They have applied lubrication.
That's it.
Before they've entered the house.
That's exactly what they've done.
But I just think I don't know why I say we, like I'm there in the government meeting going, yes, let them have it. But I just think sometimes like Nigerian governments are very kind of like got their blinkers on, got their eyes closed.
No, they don't. They don't care.
Yeah, or they're just like, do you know what? For the whatever years I'm in office,
they want money.
I can have this much money. I can cream this much money off the top. Why would I not let whoever's after me do it? And if everybody does that, then of course that's why nothing ever gets done.
And that's why nothing has been cut done from the beginning of time.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to call this episode.
I think you can call it "I Hate You 3000" episode.
Hell no. All right. So we've done about 2 hours. We said we were going to talk about
any of my subjects.
I tried to stop you to get you to start actually about half an hour ago. You wouldn't stop, so it got to the point where we ran out of time. So that's your own fault because I remembered that you had topics.
What topics did you have?
Go on.
Should we do one of your topics?
Oh, please.
Okay, shall I tell you what they are and then you can pick?
No, you pick one that you
pick the one that you want to talk about. I'm very sorry that I didn't get to you earlier on, but I did actually try.
Okay, let's do youth and society over 40s.
Youth?
And is there a difference when it comes to celebrities?
You're gonna have
so how society sees older people over 40?
You've lost me now.
So, right.
Compared to under 40.
Right, so in general, society, so let's just talk UK because it's easier.
Is there a specific thing you want to say that you're just going to be around the bush?
It's just, I've come across it quite a lot recently.
So this is what I'm saying.
So in general...
Let's say the thing, you said that you wanted to let her have a thing.
In general, when you're on social media and things like that, people will make a statement. So let's say somebody that's 24 will make a statement and they'll say, oh my God, I don't want to be, let's say, single and 40. Right. Or, oh my God, I haven't been out for 2 weekends in a row. God, am I a 40-year-old or something? Do you know what I mean? Like being 40 is like literally you're an old granny once you're 40. You're past it when you're 40, right?
Yeah, okay.
But then
cosign.
You've got the likes of You got the likes of Beyonce, who's coming. Is she 40? Coming up to 40?
No.
Jay-Z. How old's Jay-Z?
40.
How old's P. Diddy?
Probably about 48, maybe P. Diddy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying is, when it's like celebrities, like 21-year-olds are happy to follow their style and be like, you know, like they're amazing, and you know,
young people are stupid.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, are we, as society, kind of like even our own worst enemies when we get to a certain age by always kind of going, oh my God, I'm 30, I'm so old.
Yeah.
Or
okay. But young people are stupid. So that's that. So that for me, that just deads all of it. So it doesn't really matter what they say because you're stupid.
Well, it does matter what they say because there's a lot of young people that are influencing other people.
And young people, you can't just blanket all young people as stupid.
Because in a way, it's a problem, because if the majority of society that's coming into jobs and stuff like that, then you have that thing where somebody could look at you, who you're not 40 yet, right?
No, not yet. Nearly.
Okay, you're nearly 40, but they'd be like, oh my God, he's nearly 40.
Okay.
He needs to go. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it. I guess maybe because I don't.
You don't care. That's why. You don't care about how the young people perceive you. You don't matter.
I don't care how the old people perceive me. I don't care how the young people perceive me.
Yeah, but okay. So if that happens, so let's say young person comes into your work, new hire or whatever, he's been headhunted from somewhere else, 26-year-old, and he's like, look,
you're too old.
You're getting on.
All right.
I'm gonna have to let you go.
Well, that's ageism, so I can sue them.
Sue them.
Okay, what if they?
If they're really gonna say that,
what if they don't say it, but you know that's the reason?
I don't know it's the reason then.
No, they don't officially say it, but you know that's the reason.
Okay, so I get fired because they feel I'm too old.
Yeah.
Then I get fired because I'm too old. No, I can't do anything about it because they haven't vocally said it. It's all hush hush. It's not. Nobody's told me I'm firing you because you're old. But for some reason, deep down inside, I know I got fired because I'm old. And then what?
All right. So
no. And then what?
Yeah. Well, you obviously don't care. So it's fine.
I care. But and then what? For me, I fight things I can fight. I don't fight things I can't.
Yeah, but you can fight that because you can let people know that you're not actually 40 is not old.
What? I don't care. Then it goes back to if it affects my.
Unless you think 40 is old.
40 years old.
Yeah.
You think 40? How old are you?
35.
Do you think 40 is old?
Yeah.
So do you think?
I think 30 is old.
Do you really?
It depends how you're looking at it. In certain things, 40 is old because I'm not a 20-year-old. I'll tell you that now. I'm not a 30-year-old. I don't put myself on your level. So yeah. So if you're gonna look at me and say you're older, I can't look at you.
Yeah, but do you say to yourself, because you're your age, you can't do things or can't?
Yes.
The reason why
blatantly,
the reason why
there's things I can't do as a 4-year-old that I could do as a 20-year-old. There's things I sorry.
Yeah, but there's also things you can do that a 25-year-old can't do.
Exactly. So that's my point. So at different ages.
Yeah, but those things are not highlighted. That's what I'm trying to say.
By whom? People I don't care about.
In general.
Sorry, Simple Simon. What were you saying?
I was going to say that biologically, the masses reach their physical peak at around 28, between 26 and 28 is when the masses reach their physical peak. Yeah. So then it can be argued that 12 years later, you're old.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that somebody's old. I think when you start saying that, I wouldn't say somebody that is 40 is past it. Or not useful or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you ask me if they're old, I'll say they're old. I don't see the problem with being old. I don't get the problem with people being old.
That is the thing. Yeah, you have to now see old as a problem for it to be an issue.
I guess it's that. What I'm trying to say is, this
is why I'm saying, get to the point.
Old is old. Old is like, what's old?
You tell me.
So you think?
Me? Everyone here is old. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, but everyone here in this room is old. You're older. We're all old here.
I am old.
What's the problem then? I don't get why people get upset about people calling you old.
Was that a question or a statement?
No, I'm older than all of you.
Yeah, but when you said you are old, was that a question or a statement?
Do you believe yourself to be old?
No.
See, that's the difference. You don't believe yourself to be old and you're older than me.
But I'm not saying that
I'm younger than you and I believe myself to be old.
I'm not saying that somebody the same age as me isn't classed as old or considered old, because I think it all boils down to like who you are, what you can do, what you bring
to the table.
We said it the other day. When we were going around in parties, we were talking about having parties when we were young.
Yeah.
Families used to have parties. And we were looking at we were looking at old pictures in my house the other day of my mum's 40th or something. And at the time, maybe I would have been 7 or 8. I don't know how old I would have been, but I can remember the birthday. And and thinking, well, you know, and my mum was old. But I'm that same age now. Yeah, my next birthday is the same age as looking at my mum in that picture. And I thought my mum was old. So when somebody's 7, 10, 15, 20 and they're calling me old, then so be it. Because that's what you're going to think. When you get to 40 and you realise, and you still have all your faculties about, you're still going to gym all the time, you're still playing football with the lads, you're still dressing a certain way. Because I tell people when I'm 40, they're like, wow. And I say, because I don't talk like I'm 40, I don't dress like I'm 40, I don't act like I'm 40. I get it. So I don't necessarily look like I'm 40. Yeah. So I get it.
But I think maybe that's the problem. Maybe the problem is a lot of people go by what your age is to qualify whether you're old. Whether instead of...
But you are old by that age though. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but like Stavros said, people don't think he's his age, right?
Well, that's his own.
So that means they don't treat him as old if they don't think he's his age until you tell them, right?
Okay, yeah.
So a good example was I went back to... why do I keep saying back? I'd never been before. I went to uni when I was 39. Mature student, right? Mm-hmm. And I did my foundation degree, my degree, and then my master's, right?
I'm a judge.
Yeah, no.
She did it.
Anyway,
for the gram.
While I was there, not one person knew my age unless it came up in conversation, and it only came up in conversation if I mentioned the children, because then they'd be confused. Like, what do you mean your child's about to turn 16? What do you mean you've got an older child? Like, that doesn't work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'd never mentioned the children, they would have they knew I was a mature student, but they would happily thought that I was under 30. Somebody said I was 26. Do you know what I mean? Happily.
Okay.
Right? And all the opportunities that were offered to other 20-something-year-olds would have been open to me, right?
See, this is the problem. You want to get invited to the rave still, innit? Come on, innit?
I absolutely do not.
You do.
In a way, I'm probably talking more about career-wise.
Okay, so
and doing things in the work world than anything else.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
In America at the moment, the Democrats are lining up people to become the lead Democrat to go against Trump to be the president in 2020. Now you have women, you have black people, you have gay people, you have Oriental people. I know it's the wrong term, but anyway, South Asian people. All these people are going up, and they're saying you can't say this, you can't say that. But the last one, like Joe Biden has just put his hat in, and he's in his 70s, I think. And everyone's talking about his age. And who's Bernie Sanders? He's an old man as well. He's in his 70s. They're talking about his age. They're saying age is the last ism that is just fully acceptable. You can just talk about their age. So you can't say the black person can't govern because he's black. You can't say the woman can't govern because she's a woman. You can't say the Muslim person can't govern, but you can say this person is too old, because that's what they're saying.
You're my dead.
You're too old. 79, you want to govern. You're too old. It's the last one. And I am telling you now that ageism ain't going nowhere. It's staying forever.
I'm not saying it's going
to this day.
I'm not saying it's going anywhere, but a lot of the points they bring to why it's not a good idea for a 70-something person to be president, they are kind of correct.
So you agree with the ageism too?
Yeah, but that's 70-something.
So what's wrong with this?
Uncle Mugabe was 90 when
they're about to do the marathon. There's an 80-something-year-old about to run this marathon. Do you think I could even do 1 mile? The 8-year-old is running.
Why can't you do 1 mile?
Because I'm old.
No, see?
Let's say it.
Yeah. So like, for instance, I play hockey, right? I play hockey. There's a 70-year-old that plays with us, but I wouldn't trust her to run the country. Like, she's a bit ditzy, but she's 17, she's playing hockey. She's not the far.
Is she ditzy because of her age?
So you trust her with
absolutely.
Stick near you, yeah?
Yeah, because she knows how to play hockey. She's been playing.
You said she's ditzy, but when she lick you one time back, said,
no, voila. She's never hit me. Plus, she's a defender. I'm an attacker, and we're on the same team.
Fair enough.
Anyway, but the point I'm making is, I can play a match, and the opposition can be 13-year-olds, 20-year-olds,
and you'll lose. You and your 70-year-old goalie.
Don't lose.
Agnes is out there. Go.
Agnes! Don't let it. Agnes!
Her name's not Agnes, and she's not goalie either.
Sorry, it's Agnes.
Her name's Jean.
Jane.
Her name's Jean.
Jane, stop the ball.
Right. But anyway, the point I'm making is, a lot of, if I can play against a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 21-year-old.
And lose.
No, we don't lose. Why do you keep saying we lose?
Because people are half your age, man.
I'll show you our, what's it called? I'll show you our score.
They bully the youngest.
It's on Facebook.
Our chart.
It's not on Twitter or Instagram. It's on Facebook, isn't it?
No, our
we're
in a league.
It's in Excel.
No, we're in a league, love. It's out there on the internet. We're in a league under GB hockey, England hockey. Sorry.
Did you say Aged United?
Yeah.
Have you quite finished?
Listen, I play football on Sunday. Every now and then, someone else will bring their child or nephew or something that's in the age range of 16 to 19 or what have you.
We play with 14-year-olds, bro.
We play with 14-year-olds as well. And I can tell you now, as much as it might do good for your ego to think that you're actually playing at the same level, you're not.
Okay. You need to come and watch me and the rest of my team play hockey.
Aged United.
Oh my God. Run rings.
They might be better than them because you still need to have a skill to be able to do the job.
Yeah, you get the skill, but you don't have the tenacity.
No, excuse me. What you're trying to say is you don't think that I can run after a 15-year-old, catch them and get the ball off them.
No.
Which I can.
Yeah, you can. But
can you do it for 200 minutes?
there you go.
We don't play for 200 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to play for 200 minutes.
Yeah, but we don't need to play for 200 minutes. We play for 90 minutes.
Well,
no, we play for 70 minutes.
Oh, we play for 180, so that's why. Oh, yeah. No, 200 minutes, yeah.
Don't worry.
That's if you're not diving.
No, that's how we play. When we play football, we just play for hours on
You don't play regular rules then?
Five-a-side.
Five-a-side, yeah.
But we play.
But you have breaks?
No. No, really.
What are you talking about?
It's...
Oh, five-a-side, did you say?
Yeah.
Hardcore stuff.
Whatever. And
Wow.
how big?
Should I disrespect the five-a-side?
How big is the pitch for five-a-side?
It's big, man.
Wow.
It's not big. How big is the pitch for
It's not-
five-a-side?
Put it this way. The other week I did 11 kilometers.
Which is how many miles?
That's what, nearly 10 miles. No, it's
That's not.
Yeah, it is. It's 1.6.
7. Yes, it is.
Go on.
I don't...
Six and a bit miles is 10k.
Can
So
I-
11 kilometers.
Getting off this point of sport thing, let's go back to where you originally were starting, Bob. The one thing I do see that I notice, because I kind of get what you're saying, especially if you're online, you notice this, especially they call it under 25 Twitter, I guess over 25 Twitter. They're not even looking at over 35 and 40 yet to get to us. But the notions that I start to see from people that are younger than us that I find entertaining and makes me laugh is what they believe should be happening when they're at certain stages of their age. So they'll be like, okay, you spoke about that DLT brunch the other day. For a joke, yeah? Just for a joke, I posted a picture of Kid and Play when they were doing the dance moves in House Party. You know the moves where they kick each other's legs and they do the routine. Yeah. And I said, that's what over 35 Twitter are gonna do when they see each other at DLT. Yeah, people will come into the thing like, over 35s are going out. Why are you even out? Where are you not looking after your kids? Blah 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 blah. Well, you don't think people over 35 should be out either?
No, exactly. Why are people saying stuff?
No, but that's what they believe because under 21. Or under 25 believe that when you're over 35 you should not be out, you should be married, you should have kids, and that's all you do now. You're focused on your work, you're focused on getting married, and you're having your kids are now your extension. They're the ones that are going out and you should be at home waiting for them to come back. That's how they see it. Obviously when they turn 30 and they still see there's events for 30-year-olds, or when they turn 40 when they see there's events for 40-year-olds, when they say big 50-year-olds still going to them raves, them man that are dancing to them reggae raves, that's all 70, 80 that's out there whining their old woman to this day. Yeah,
their stupid 24-year-olds asses will still be going wrapping themselves around Tim Westwood. Hello.
Well, Tim Westwood is about 100, but they don't know this. They
do know. They know how old he is.
Yeah, but for them, it's still a new thing. For us, it's old.
If Jay-Z was single, you don't think 24-year-olds, even 21-years-olds would be trying to get with him.
He didn't have to be single.
God damn.
So are you saying you have the issue with the celebrities get away with being old?
Yes.
And cool?
Yes.
And the layman, the everyday person
yes.
is... you know what else? Why are you not getting a hip replacement at 37?
You know what else celebrities get away with as well? Being celebrities, so like you can't really get a comparison.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, right, if you can look at Beyonce, who's nearly 40, or I think she's 40, isn't she? If you can look at Beyonce as a 40-year-old woman and go,
she's younger than me.
Beyonce is amazing, she's younger than you.
Yeah, she ain't.
She's about my age.
Yeah, but she's coming up for 40.
I think she's about 30.
Listen, we'll find out. All I'm saying is,
if you can be like, oh, Beyonce's amazing, she had twins and then she did this and then she did that and look what she does and la 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 la, then why can't you say that about somebody who's not a celebrity who also does amazing things.
Yeah, but
why are you just like?
I think if they look up to the person and they're of a certain age, then they will revere them that way. So you don't have to just be a celebrity. You just have to have respect for you. They don't have respect for older people that they don't know, so they're just gonna be like,
no,
yo.
but when they,
Beyonce's 37.
She's 37.
Yeah,
I knew she was around the same age as me. I'm sad at it. I think she's about 30.
Because you heard about Gabrielle Union saying.
No, what she say?
Because she reckons they're in the same year at school, and Gabrielle Union's like 41.
They're probably around the same age. These things, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the whole like how many years?
I don't care how.
Gabrielle Union's 41.
All I'm saying is Regina Hall.
I don't care.
Was she 48 or something like that?
Regina Hall's not that old.
Huh?
She's not 48.
I'll find out this too.
I'm pretty sure she's quite old.
I don't know if she's 48.
I'll touch her. Bro.
Yeah.
I've always loved Regina.
What's her name? Nina Long's quite old as well.
Nina.
Isn't she?
But Nina's had bare work.
Is 48.
Oh, yo, my G, yeah. Fair enough.
Born 1970.
I would touch her.
Yeah, but you lot would touch Angela Bassett, so.
I don't know Angela's.
She's
I don't
anti,
know,
man. I'll prostrate to her.
Yeah, I don't know if I can touch Angela
What
again.
about what's her name?
Who?
I'm just gonna say yes in advance. I don't even know
No,
who
the
it
one
is.
that's in
Tina Turner?
Private
dancer.
No, the one that was
My hip is dancing for
what's his name? Will Smith's
Jada Smith.
No, Will Smith's wife, the girlfriend in Independence Day. Forgotten her name, and I just read her book as well.
Vivica Fox.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'm not touching Vivica Fox anymore.
Really?
Why not?
Is that because she's been 50?
Have you seen the surgery she went to go and do to herself?
No, I've
Do you-
just
Mash up.
surgery did she do to herself?
Do you know the one that I would touch as well? Do you remember in
I think you're getting muddled up with Vanessa Williams.
I forget her name. Do you know the one in Coming to America? Whatever you like. That woman. Have you seen her now?
Oh,
Jeez.
damn.
God, yes.
She still looks nice, isn't she?
Oh
Yes.
yes. I'll touch her.
I know what's her name looks good.
Who's
Ola
that?
Ray.
Who's
Ola Ray.
Who's that?
Michael Jackson's girlfriend in Thriller.
Private dancer.
I
Okay, I'm
don't.
looking at
The girlfriend
Vivica
in
Fox.
Thriller.
Yeah, I don't.
If you see her now, I don't think she really does much.
I
stuff.
didn't really like her.
But they always do that.
Right,
Where are you now?
Is there
I'll still touch Miss House football.
Are we gonna talk about this film or not?
Which one?
Endgame.
Endgame.
I think we've gone too far now.
No, I think we should wrap up with Endgame.
It's going to be almost 3 hours. It's too long.
Pain in the chest.
Just do it. Because if you do it next week, I think it's going to be boring. Because
might-
every other podcast would have already
Yeah,
done
I
it.
just don't do it.
Ooh.
Well, you got one. Do it simple.
You know me. I don't.
Just
shit.
do a quick 5-minute wrap up. Go.
Yeah, I thought the film was trash. To be honest with you. I actually think Infinity War was better.
Stupid.
I think Infinity War was a better film. Personally.
I think Infinity War was better, but this one's not trash.
Nah.
Right, so this is a non-spoiler discussion then.
Why?
Because if it's going to be spoiler, then I have to put disclaimer first and whatnot and tell people to.
Yeah, but all you have to do is mark the time.
No, it's
And
for
Mark the time we stop talking about it.
Listen.
for
You
the
are not the
audience.
captain of this ship.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I'm just saying, it's just really easy. Yeah.
Let us decide.
Okay, I'll try
whether-
and do it without a spoiler.
No. I don't mind it being, but if it's because it started off already. For me, I was gonna put. I thought we were gonna do a spoiler one, and I was gonna put the disclaimer. It started.
Yeah.
So then, and
Put the disclaimer.
Okay,
all right. So if you haven't watched Avengers Endgame and you don't want to hear about it, then just goodbye from now. All right, just end this podcast because that's what we're gonna talk
At
about.
Big Wahala on Insta, at Big Wahala on Twitter.
You don't need to do your socials because apparently our socials.
No, you just do it now quickly, just in case people don't listen. So done.
At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. No Instagram.
Ola, would you like
Curvy
to?
Creative on Instagram.
Is that all you want to give? You don't want to tell your photographer? Tell them
I'm a
what-
photographer. Well, you'll see everything there. If you go to the Curvy Creative, all my other Instagrams are on there, and Twitter, the same thing.
The Curvy Creative or just Curvy Creative?
The Curvy Creative.
All right, so go to her Insta, Twitter, check out what she does. All the info is there.
Plug.
She's good at what she does. I asked her for a discount the other day, and I apologize. I apologize before she even told me. We're not asking for a apology. Anyways, so yeah, we are now going to do our Avengers spoiler special for 10-20 minutes, and then we're going to be gone. So if you have watched the film, I watched it 3 times. It's only come out a couple of days ago, but I've really checked it in 3 times. And well, let's stick with Simple Simon. Let's start with